It's a silver fox office for the box office foxes. It's a silver fox office with Elsie and Mike. Hi, welcome to the Silver Fox Office, where we're on a quest to find the foxiest old guy in cinema. I'm Mike.
And I'm Elsie.
And we have some really exciting news. We have our very, very first special guest on the show. She is an actor, she is a singer, she is a director, an award-winning playwright.
I am award-winning.
A podcaster, 1/3 of the Mixed Bag podcasters.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lovely Cassandra Tse.
Hello! I am so excited to be here. I basically commandeered my way onto this podcast by just messaging the group, emailing you both, harassing Mike in person until I was allowed to be on it. So thank you for letting me be part of this.
Thank you for being here. That's really the only way to get onto it, is just to say, I want to, and I have a silver fox in me.
Yeah, and I had many, but I had one specific one that I was like, this will be a real good
We're
good pick.
very excited to talk about that. Elsie actually, at one point last week, sent me a message of like, oh, is this the Cassandra Tse of Bright Star fame?
We went to see Bright Star
Famously.
because we go to see all the shows that Mike's in.
Of course.
And went with a friend, and we'd watched Bright Star the first half. And then during the intermission, we were both like, oh my God. We were absolutely blown away by you. And
Aww.
much to Mike's chagrin, we were speaking mostly about you and your performance and the fact that Mike threw a baby out of a moving train. But that's neither here nor there.
I just had a big moment and Cass for the podcast.
Well, I think I have heard from you that when all of your workmates came, they were very horrified about the train, like the baby on the train moment.
Baby on the train. We also had no prior knowledge about Bright Star. Didn't know the plot, didn't know any of the music.
Which is the same for most people. It's not a very popular musical.
Yeah, it was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Loved the music. But yeah, seeing Mike throw a baby out of a moving train.
Just to clarify,
he
Mike
wasn't very nice, was he? As Mike's dear friend Rosemary said.
Also, just to clarify, it wasn't me doing it. It was my character. I did not commit infanticide in front of my
No
friend.
babies were harmed.
Neither did the mayor, spoiler, because the baby was fine.
Fine.
And we'll have to find out who the baby was
Yeah.
by watching Bright Star.
Yep. Wherever it's playing.
Yeah.
Or just read the Wikipedia synopsis.
Yeah.
Honestly, Wikipedia synopsis is really detailed for that one specific
That's
musical.
honestly how because like most of the time musicals don't come to New Zealand unless they've already been around for 10 years.
Why
So
would they?
like I think the vast majority of my musical experience is reading the Wikipedia plot synopsis as I listen to the soundtrack and just being like, I think I understand where this would be, just like really locked in, trying to go through, picturing it in my mind's palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easier for some shows to figure out what's happening from the cast recording than others.
Yes.
Like Bright Star, if I didn't have a synopsis, I'd have no clue.
Absolutely. No idea. You're like, because there's a lot of timelines. You're like, who is this guy? What are we singing about? Like, it's pretty wild.
And obviously something sung through like Sweeney Todd or Phantom.
You
You're
can
like,
understand
I can get an idea.
just listening to what's going on.
Those ones where they're like overly literal, like Sweeney Todd. She's like, now I'm making a person to a pie. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm there with you. Like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then others, it's more like artistic interpretation of what's going on. And I agree. If you didn't have the visual aid in front of you, you'd be like, this could be about anything.
Yeah, the worst ones are when like there's quite a lot of musicals where like they will be, every scene or so there's a song for the majority of the musical, and then the last 15-20 minutes there's just no songs. So they'll have like a big song, and then they'll have 20 minutes of just like a huge amount of plot happening on stage, and then they'll have the finale. And so if you're listening to the soundtrack, you're like, what? How do we get here?
How did we get from like this song to like now the finale? What's in the secret?
Like you guys, I mean, we talked about this on Mixed Bag, and you guys also talked about seeing Beetlejuice recently.
Yes.
But the Beetlejuice musical is one that's like that, where like there's a song, like the second to last song happens maybe 15 or 20 minutes before the plot finishes, and then there's a whole bunch of plot which I only know from reading the Wikipedia page, and I'm like, this sounds bad. Like this doesn't sound like, because it's quite different from the original movie, and I'm like, these changes sound quite bad, and then it ends with a big finale. So I'm like, I have no idea if that works or not. Maybe it's really good on stage, I don't know, but I'm quite dubious just reading the Wikipedia and going, really? Okay.
I felt the same about, I really liked Hamilton, an American musical, and I remember somebody saying, because like the soundtrack to it, there's like a couple songs in there, like maybe a couple reprises that aren't in the original Broadway
Yeah.
Because they wanted to
recording.
keep a couple of surprises.
And then I remember somebody saying about like the end of Dear Theodosia, very sweet song, and then it stops and goes straight into non-stop, which is really crazy. And if you've watched the show, there's like a very pivotal moment in the middle there. And then I remember reading something where somebody was like, what happens at the end of Dear Theodosia? Just they throw their kids over their shoulders and get straight into non-stop, and everyone that's seen the show is like, oh.
I also like the implication that their children were there on stage. And
They're
they
holding
just
these
sort of
babies.
fly them and lift them out of the way. Like, get rid of these kids.
Get the kids off the stage. You gotta go to law.
Yeah.
It's also like the Frozen, but the movie, not the stage musical.
Right.
Frozen. The last song in that is Fixer Upper.
Yes, famously the most forgettable song.
Yeah.
And the one highlighted in the 2014 Footlights show, Taking the Money.
And then there's like this huge gap of nothing.
Yes, then there's just a lot of Disney films have that actually. They'll
Yeah,
just not have songs for the plot. It'll just sort of like blah, 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 let's do the rest of it.
I genuinely, I know I saw Frozen when it came out. I was young when I saw it, like I was a teenager, but I do not remember any of the songs other than Let It Go and the one about snowmen. Like that's virtually it.
Which one about
like
snowmen?
A quarter of the like
Do you want to build
the
one?
songs? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that many songs.
No.
There's not. I felt like it was a very plot-heavy film for a Disney one.
My only time I've seen Frozen, I was recovering from wisdom tooth surgery.
It's a very wisdom tooth surgery film.
Yeah, my memory of it is very hazy, I have to say, but not as hazy as the film that apparently I'm told I watched before that, which featured Forrest Whitaker. No idea that I saw it. I have no memory of it, but apparently I was very lucid and like making remarks as I watched the film. Didn't fall asleep, was engaged, and then my partner was like, "Oh, how did you like that?" And I was like, "What? What film? I don't remember." I don't remember. I know it had Forrest Whitaker. That's literally all I know about it.
That could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
It could be the Last
King of Scotland.
It wouldn't have been Last King of Scotland because I am a huge James McAvoy fan, which I know you are too from last episode. And I'm like, no, I would have been sat in prison for that. So it was something else, but it's gone from my memory. It's completely wiped clean.
I feel like one day you'll accidentally watch it and you'll just have these like
I'll have like
sparks. You'll be like,
flashbacks
oh my
back
God,
to
I've been
the
here
wisdom
before.
tooth zone.
I when I got my teeth done, they were playing Shaun the Sheep, and so
Ooh, it must have been the same dentist.
Was it Stacey's? Wayne Gillingham.
It was the
orthodontic
one.
surgery.
I can't
Shout out,
remember. It
Wayne.
was the Gentle Dental Centre of some kind. I think. I don't know.
one.
But they also played Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the
It's
Sheep.
so weird.
I want to go to this dentist. I got no sheep when I had my wisdom teeth taken out.
Can just watch Shaun the Sheep if you want. You don't need surgery afterwards. It's not
Not the
quite
same.
The film was designed to be watched while you're getting your teeth out.
I got very excited the other day actually, and I announced to the office. I was like, "Did you guys know that they're doing a new Wallace and Gromit film at the end of this year?" And everyone was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, it's called A Vengeance Most Foul, and it's got Feathers McGraw's back."
That's the penguin, right?
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah.
Nobody moved. Nobody cared because they're all adults. I was so sad, and they're like, "Guys, this is big news."
This is big
Awesome.
news.
Feathers McGraw, the greatest film villain of all time, he's back.
Horrifying.
He's so scary.
Yeah.
He would also. I have a firm belief. Sorry, this is so crazy, but I really like Wallace and Gromit. Okay, I was a very unwell kid, and when I was in hospital a lot, my folks got me like 3 VHSs of the original Wallace and Gromit short films. I was very scared of Feathers McGraw, but that film, Wrong Trousers, would have been literally 10 minutes long if Wallace had grown a backbone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a little wimp in that film, and I'm sorry, he did not stand up for Gromit. And Gromit would have gone to war for him,
Yeah.
and Wallace nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I think it's because as kids we all identify with Gromit. We're all the Gromit in the
I did not.
Well, yes, you're a certain type of man.
Famous dog disliker.
But, we're all sitting there going like, this could be me if
Exactly.
my friend betrayed me in this way. Like
Gromit's so loyal. I see
Yeah.
myself in him.
I mean, Cass also has an intense dislike of birds, which
I do
probably
also
played
dislike
into
birds.
that.
True.
So, he definitely wasn't winning any favours with me from that. But I'm not like, I'm scared of birds. Like that, a seagull almost flew into my face as I was biking here, and I did go like, ooh, like it's another bike
That is
accident.
particularly alarming.
Yeah, well, it's just like they're right there, and I'm like, it could just, go right into my face, like that Fabio picture where a seagull
Oh, yeah.
to his nose on the roller coaster. That could have been me. But yeah, like I don't mind them if they're like distanced from me. If there's no chance I'll touch them. fine with birds.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna touch me with their feathers or beaks or little claws,
Yeah.
About it.
hate that. Not into that at all.
That's kind of me with dogs as well.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want them near me. I like the concept of them. Okay, sure, if you, whatever,
Yeah.
but I don't want them near me.
Yeah, and I think that's probably harder because like people that have pet birds don't generally like take them out all the time.
No,
you know.
no.
Touch the bird. But everyone that owns a dog, they're like, you can pet him. It's like,
You know,
I don't
I'd
want
rather
to.
not.
Yeah. Yeah, one time I posted on Twitter a short video of me feeding ducks.
Oh,
And
so
Cass-
scary.
Cass just replied me saying, "So many beaks near your soft flesh."
The average response to seeing ducks.
Yeah. Well, like if they were getting in there.
They were eating off my hand.
Ducks are also aggressive. Like birds
Yeah.
are like really aggressive, and I feel like people talk about it, but it's never serious enough. Like birds are
Yeah.
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
a swan would just kill you if it
Swan-
wanted,
yeah,
if it wanted
absolutely.
If it had the ability to, it would
Yeah.
absolutely kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So right
I'm glad
now,
we got the animal section.
bird chat ticked off.
Good shit done.
It's probably a good time to ask, team, have we seen any good movies lately?
Yeah, I've got a list.
Okay.
God.
Why don't you jump in?
Right. So I've got two big things that have been consuming my last couple of weeks.
Big ticket items.
Greek mythology and slashers. Those are my two big,
Love it.
not related. So with
How
Greek
cool would it be if they were?
a Greek myth slasher.
Yeah.
Like Zeus just going around. I mean, that's just
That's just
Greek
mythology.
myths.
Mm.
So as well as playing Age of Mythology, which I talked about last
Nice.
week, which if you haven't played,
Oh,
Cass, you would love.
I played that
Yeah.
with a lot when I was good. We had the deluxe pack or
With
something.
the Titans.
So it
yeah.
came with like a Minotaur statue, and it came with like the CD of the soundtrack. It was like
That's
it was
very
hardcore.
cool.
It was so fun.
Very tough.
So as well as playing that, I last night just finished reading Mythos by Stephen Fry, which is just a whole bunch of Greek myths written in his funny style. Really good, really enjoyable. I was a kid that grew up like obsessed with Greek myths, and as an adult, I've forgotten basically all of it except the real big ones. So it was really nice to read them and get more into them. He's done a series of 4 of the books. There's Mythos, there's Heroes, Troy, and the Odyssey. So I want to read the other 3, but book's really good. Highly recommend it if you have even like a passing interest in Greek myths. I think it would be really cool. And also watching the TV show Chaos,
Okay.
which has Silver Fox #2 Jeff Goldblum
Oh.
as Zeus, and Cliff Curtis as Poseidon, and it's got a lot of Debbie Mazar as Medusa, like lots of cool actors, all using their normal accents.
Oh, I love that, Cliff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Not very
represent.
common.
and he's playing Poseidon just
Nice.
as a Kiwi. It's great. So there's Brits and Americans and Kiwis and Australians and all sorts of accents. Lots of differently abled people, lots of trans people, genderqueer people, people of color. Like
We love
it's
it. Everyone
really
should come.
inclusive. The story is fun and funny and dark, and it's just beautiful. I really, really highly recommend it. I mentioned this to Cass the other day, and you said that you'd heard mixed.
I had heard
things.
mixed. I think it was I read a newsletter like one of the like various like Substacks or something that I'm subscribed to that was like, this is fun and well made, but I was like, why do we have this? Which I'm like, I guess I don't know, but like I have heard good things from other people, so I should check it out.
I really,
It's
it's so
probably
good.
once I get out of rehearsal mode because I am
Oh, yeah.
very, very busy in my evenings at the moment. But after my show's open, it's on the list.
And I've also been listening to Hades Town a lot recently, which is just incidental. And I'm wearing the shirt, which
You
was
are.
not planned.
Good shirt.
Yeah.
And
Magic
as
Greek Myth Central.
I,
think.
like obsessed, it's really consumed my life. And slashers. So I watched after the last podcast where we talked about Friday the 13th for a bit. I went and I watched Halloween 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I watched Bride of Chucky and Curtains and Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Like I had a whole bunch of 80s slashers that was just a fun, stupid time. Lots of bad movies. And recently I finished a book called Angel of Indian Lake. which is the last part of
Where
it.
do you find the time?
I know. I'm like, this is so much time.
I'm so
It's not even
sorry.
2 weeks.
No, this is.
since last
I
we
love
recorded,
this.
right?
It's
I've also
making me
been-
feel inferior.
I mean, and this is also rehearsing and working.
Yes, I
and
know.
I don't know how I do it. I'm just magic, I guess.
It's very good at managing your time, apparently.
Yeah, so it's the third part of a trilogy by Stephen Graham Jones, which is, and he's a Native American guy who I'm pretty sure grew up on a reservation. So a lot of his books have lots of Native American mythology or
Beautiful.
characters and themes and stuff. So it follows Jade, who is I think the only Native American girl in her town, and she's obsessed with slasher movies, and
Aren't we all?
then a slasher comes to town. And there's 3 of these books, and it sounds really silly, but I promise you it's got so much emotional depth and heart. It
Perfect.
is really the whole trilogy is beautiful across the board. I think that if you're a horror nerd, you'd get shitloads out of it. But even if you're not a slasher fan, there's still a lot there to enjoy. It's a really rewarding series. So that's me.
Fun.
Amazing.
How about you, Cass? Have you?
I mean, so in terms of what I've been watching recently, I've got to say it's the 2 things that I watch for.
Well, yes, I'm often the same.
So I haven't watched any other movies. I don't think. This is the thing, is when I do mixed bag, usually one of the other 2 people will have been there with me, so they can remind me of things that I've watched recently. But other stuff I did recently, on Friday, I went out to go and see a gig from some local bands.
Fun.
So I went to go and see the Bitty Bids and Hee and the Stitch Birds. The latter band is with our friend Ellie Stewart on violin and BVs, and then also Elena Saunders, who you may also know. She's in Supertonic. She's one of the,
I might know her face.
You probably know her from seeing her around. And yeah, they're like a 5-piece, a folk kind of country western bluegrassy sort of outfit that do mix of originals and covers, and it was just such a fun time. It was out in Vogelmorn Hall. It was like, it's a really good vibe.
That's
And
so
just
fun.
these like 2 bands that are both kind of like, Bitty Bids are kind of more like fully bluegrassy kind of country stuff. Like they've got like banjos and banjolales and things like that.
Banjolales.
Which I love a banjolele. Like,
How is that? I've never heard the term banjolele
it's like a
before.
ukulele sized banjo.
I love banjo music. Like I just.
Yes, I love a banjo. I mean, we just talked about Bright Star, so yeah, very much that kind of vibe. They'd probably, I mean, the thing is, I'm not an expert in this music, so they're probably like, actually, the genre is more between this and that. Anyway, it was banjo music. And then Hee and the Stitch Birds is more, a little bit more folky, but like up-tempo folk music, and a lot of like harmony singing. So they've got some stuff where it's like all 5 of them vocalizing. And then like, yeah, they've got fiddle with good friend Ellie playing the fiddle.
Yeah.
They've got
so sick.
a bunch of like guitar and little other other little fun instruments in there, and harmonica and tambourine and all the fun stuff.
So
And yeah,
cool.
just had a great time. It was a shout out. So, if you're in Wellington and you see that they've got a gig coming up, I would recommend it. It was real good.
Absolutely, get amongst it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, and I love that when it's local, like just local people know what they love.
Yeah, it's nice to just go see local gigs. I always I've got various friends in bands, and like I always am like, oh, whenever I see them, it's a really great time, and then I just never bother to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always like, oh, it's at the same time as rehearsal, or like I'm at home. I'm like, do I want to go out tonight? And this one I was like, look, I'm going to tell them I'm going.
Yeah.
So they'll be accountable for
Yeah.
it, and then they'll feel
I'm
really
gonna
bad
show
if I
up.
don't come. So that means I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm really glad I did.
Especially if you're like, it's a night off from rehearsal, so all I want to do
Exactly.
is be in my pajamas.
Yes.
And just,
I
yeah.
was like, no, I've said it. We're going out. And yeah, it was good move from me.
Nice.
Beautiful.
What about you?
Well, I'm much the same. Usually the only thing I've watched is the film for this, but I have actually I did go and see some film, and I watched them at home. The other night, just randomly, I was making a scrapbook as a leaving gift for somebody, and so I decided to put on The Greatest Showman in the background.
Nice.
I cried. I've seen it before, by the way. You know the song like A Million Dreams at the start? I started crying because
Do I know
was
that
like,
song? I've seen the movie.
Okay. And
It's when he's starting out. It's
he's
like
a kid,
he's
and then
got
he
his
becomes
wife.
older.
I remember there are like 2 or 3 songs, and I'm like, yes, I know, and like this song.
There is spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The Greatest Showman by now, pull your socks up, go see it. But I think I cried because I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, he's so in love with his wife. And then just knowing what he does later on, I was so angry at him. I was like, how could you do this? And so I started crying and I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, am I okay? Like,
Are you sure
right?
it wasn't because of the scrapbook for someone that's leaving?
No,
Like,
I mean, the scrapbook was a silly scrapbook. Like, it was still fun. But I cried during The Greatest Showman. So I also finally managed to watch Pulp Fiction the full way through,
wow.
which
What did you think?
I actually really liked it. Steve Buscemi dressed as Buddy Holly.
Yep.
It's a really great addition to that film.
Yeah.
I really like Buddy Holly as well as Steve Buscemi.
That does not surprise me in the least.
I went through a massive Buddy Holly phase when I was a teenager, which is just a normal thing for a teenage girl to do.
You're also a fan of Plane Crashers.
Well, yeah, I actually got very into The Day the Music Died. When one of the times where I was like living alone, I would like spend night after work just like reading different articles about it, which is once again a very normal thing for a girl to do. But yeah, Pulp Fiction is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I watched God, I have watched a lot. I watched
There's one movie that I'm
It's coming up.
expecting you to bring up.
I watched Boy Kills World. What's his name? Bill Skarsgård film. He plays a deaf and mute guy who does a lot of fighting. It was quite gruesome. It was really good. And then I was like, why?
He's a good looking
I was like, why do I like Bill Skarsgård so much? And then I was on Facebook the other day and somebody was like, did like a celebrity comparisons and compared him to Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there it is.
No, I see it. Yeah.
He's a very handsome man. I went to see Speak No Evil. I said in the last podcast that I was going to see Speak No Evil, and I did it. Speak No Evil, the new version, is an American remake of the Danish version.
Mm.
Danish version is really good, really scary. The American version, like I said to Mike the other day, is just very American.
Yeah.
But James McAvoy's in it.
Mm.
And he was really, really hunky. He wore a tank top for a lot of it.
This is one where my partner was like, they know that I'm not a horror person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a
Yes.
horror person at all.
We know, yes.
Mike and James will go and see
But
horror
we're
things
friends
together
regardless.
without me because I
Forgive
can't
them
do it.
for it.
But this was one where he was like, do you think that your love of James McAvoy would maybe make you want to come and see this? And I was like, I'll see the trailer. And then we watched the trailer and I was like, too scary for me.
It was even for an American remake, it was pretty like graphic, and it was a little bit scary. So I wouldn't blame you for that. Maybe just like, I don't know, watch the TikTok edits that people seem to be making for it.
Watch some, like publicity interviews.
Exactly.
Let's-
Watch his interviews after it.
Love that.
Read the Wikipedia
Exactly.
synopsis.
Go. It's like you're there. And then I went to the movies the other night to see a new film, The Substance.
Way!
At Mike's request.
Yeah, you went to see it because I bullied you
Mike
into
sends
it.
me a frantic message and he's like, I've seen this film. That's what you sound like in my head. I've seen this film.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible Mike impression.
God.
Is that straight Harvey Firestein?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get this frantic message being like, I've seen this film. You need to see it. You need to see it before the podcast so we can talk about it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm there. And so booked a ticket because I love going to the movies. I go to the movies to watch paint dry. And it actually turned out to be like an incredible film.
What a movie.
Demi Moore, love her. Margaret Qualley, love her. Dennis Quaid, actually usually have quite an aversion to Dennis Quaid, but he was very well suited.
Because you're supposed to have an aversion to the character. He is a
Exactly.
repulsive character.
The scene of him eating shrimp, actually, I had really questioned whether or not I'd be able to stay.
I felt personally victimized by the sound editor of that
Oh
film.
my God,
It
Fallon.
was so much squelching.
Oh.
So much squelching.
If you need a premise for the Substance, it's effectively a body horror film.
Yeah.
And Demi Moore, who is being, cast aside by a workplace because she's doing the unforgivable woman thing of aging. She uses a substance to create the ideal version of herself, which is Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
And it all goes a bit pear-shaped.
Yeah. It's Barbie meets Poor Things meets The Thing. It is. Also, Dennis Quaid's character. Did you pick up the fact that he's a movie producer called Harvey and he's awful?
Oh, there you go. See, I didn't
Yeah.
realize what his name was. I think I had my ears covered.
Yeah, yeah.
You were just like wincing away
Yeah, I
every
was
time
like,
he
please
came
stop
on
reading
the screen.
porn so loud.
So I watched it with a relatively crowded theater, and it is one of the best movie going experiences
I love that.
I've ever had.
Everybody's just like, oh,
Yeah, one woman fled towards the end, like in the last 20 minutes. She
That'd be me.
fled the cinema.
I understand.
Another person like had her hands over her eyes the entire time. Last night, Jared and I actually went to the cinema to see Never Let Go,
Okay.
and we were there waiting around for a wee while. And there's this one woman sitting by herself, and we're like, oh, well, she must be waiting to pick someone up. And then another screening ended and it left, and by the way they were talking, they were obviously talking about the substance, and then her group of friends joined her, and this woman was like, I'm so sorry, I couldn't. I had to leave. So
couldn't
she
make
also fled.
There was maybe 3 other couples in the cinema with me, so there's probably like 12 of us all together maybe. And I was the youngest person there by maybe about like 40 years.
Oh.
And everyone stayed. Like everyone really like, you know, they were troopers, but I had my head in my hands for a little bit of it. Like I had to cover my eyes at some points, and I could see like other people kind of just losing the plot.
Jared was the same. There was one point in particular with, I'm not going to be too graphic, but there's a tooth scene.
Oh my god.
And Jared could not watch that.
See, that for me was fingernail.
Yeah, the fingernail was rough.
I'm not.
Cass has no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
like,
you can pick
sounds
up.
bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like I wouldn't like it.
I was not going to watch that. But honestly, like the usage of fisheye lens and the usage of just obscure angles to make you feel it was just one of those films where it was like a little bit off. It was always a little bit off, which made you quite unnerved.
And all the bold colours and long shots.
And Demi Moore, what a woman.
62, doing full nude scenes.
Look, again, it's the ironic thing of Demi Moore only now, maybe slightly aging a little.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, she's 62 and she's playing someone who just turned 50.
Yeah.
Well,
But she looked better than I ever will in my entire life.
This is the thing, it's like, and I guess it plays into, because I was sitting there and like she's fully nude, she's looking at herself in the mirror and she's like judging herself and everyone else is judging her, and I'm sitting there thinking, you guys do realize you got Demi Moore to play this role? Like, are we looking at the same woman? Because holy shit. But then it was like, okay, no, but that's the whole point. Like that's the point. And then you look at somebody like Margaret Qualley and you're like, Jesus, like that's the ideal human. Like that's crazy that she just looks like that. But I think having somebody like Demi Moore, who is like just stunning, like absolutely stunning, was so necessary to tell this like narrative of like, it doesn't matter what you look like, people will only see you as old and be like, this is an old woman, she can't keep up with it anymore, even though she looks, you know, physically better than majority of the population. Oh, it was a very good film.
She's not someone that I actually know a hell of a lot of her film oeuvre.
St. Elmo's Fire is about it for me.
Ghost,
true.
Yeah.
And Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's probably it for me.
I watched Ghost when I was young, but I've never seen it since.
I think I've seen G.I. Jane.
I would say Ghost is definitely worth a rewatch. I would also say Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I remember when
Both
he
of them.
passed away, and I had quite, like, I remember as a youth having quite, like, a visceral reaction to that. Be like, oh, God, not Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Well, he
Just
seems
so
like a really
handsome.
lovely man as well.
Yeah.
Just a good guy.
Whenever I think of him, I always think of that one tweet that is like, please tell me that you like, make sure you don't have too many drinks. If you get drunk, you always start rapping about Patrick Swayze, and then it's like 2 beers later, uh-oh, y'all, it's getting kind of hazy.
I know the exact one.
And it just makes you laugh so much.
Well, I love that once again, one of my favorite parts of this podcast is explaining memes and tweets to each other.
Yeah, we're just sharing the internet with you all at home.
Just wait till we get to the impressions.
Yeah.
I actually did see a post on Facebook and I was going to send it to you, but I forgot. And it was about Halloween, like the Halloween films, which is why I was going to send it. And it was like the people writing the films. And it's like for the first film, it's like, what if a guy is stabbing a lot of people? And then the second one was like, what if a guy was stabbing even more people? And the third one's like, what if an evil Irishman got a mask and scattered stones from the Stonehenge inside it? And I was like, where does this come from? Which is exactly true. Like,
it's
it
very true.
The
escalates
third
very
one, they were
quickly.
like, oh, he's Irish now.
So what happened is they made the first one and it was a big smash
Yeah.
hit. And then they made the second one.
It's more of the same.
Yeah, and then John Carpenter was like, no. I really want this to be like a what's it called?
It was like a spirit kind of
Hang on, my brain keeps saying anthropology. What's it
Anthology?
called? Anthology.
Anthology.
Thank you. He was like, I want this to be an anthology series.
Right. So
I
we
want
just have a
this to have
different man now.
completely different story. And everyone hated it.
it was
much.
so bad.
But I think like the film itself is fun and fine.
Yeah.
It would have done a lot better if it wasn't released under the
Yes.
Halloween time.
Yeah.
Because it was like an evil Irishman that scatters dust from Stonehenge into a mask.
Yeah.
Like bring it to like curse it or something.
The kids wear
So
the mask.
It's really giving the background of Killer So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think if they had done it even for the second one, it would have been fine. But because it was the third, they'd had two that were Michael Myers centric.
Yeah, you can't really decide
No.
third
Yeah.
film it's going to be an anthology.
No.
Like, you kind of have to, like, from
yeah.
second one onwards, really.
Exactly.
Like,
Like Black Mirror, that's anthology. It changes every time,
Yeah.
but it's like
yeah, but it would be like if you did 7 episodes of Black Mirror following the same characters, and in the last one, you were like the 8th episode, you're
Yeah,
like,
they're like-
totally different guys now.
Here's a scary Irishman.
yeah, and there's a haunted mask. And I'm like, what? Even if the mask was like, I don't know. It's I saw the meme this morning and I was like, that's funny. And I remember just then I was like, I need to finally explain a meme on the podcast. Okay.
Right, so.
I'm going to do the premise of this film. This
Oh God. Well, we do go on a bit as Linda.
Yeah, that's what my
How's
mum
Mum?
said. Oh, you guys do go on a bit, don't you?
So what is a silver fox, Elsie?
It's a really good question. We have decided, and this definition is not up for debate. We've decided that a silver fox, I feel like the hard and fast rule is got to be over 45.
Yep.
But apart from that, we would like if they were graying, if they were going silver haired. They don't have to be.
If they could theoretically.
They could theoretically be grey haired, that'd be awesome. But it's non-gender specific, so they don't have to be a man, they don't have to be a woman, they could be anyone. But we just have to think they're foxy.
Yeah.
I have
That's
the question of when 45 was set. Because I would argue into maybe a little young 45.
Well, I feel like we did discuss that if we put 90 as like the age of
90.
no, like as in if you think of 90 as like life limit,
Yeah.
45 becomes middle aged.
Yeah.
Right.
So not necessarily old,
But
because
you've got to be at least like
at least
Yeah.
45.
middle age.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Okay.
Yeah.
if you're younger than
Yeah.
45, forget about it.
I thought you were going to say 9. They had to be
They
9.
had
It
to
had
be
to be 90.
I
That
was
was
gonna
the
say, our
original
average
idea.
person will be at least 90.
Even Maggie Smith wouldn't have made that.
R.I.P.
Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
But Aunt May from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films would have. She's still alive.
Rosemary Harris.
97.
Yeah.
What a queen.
Shit. Yep. Put her on the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it would just be the Spider-Man film.
Yeah. Righty. So
Right.
that's the premise of a silver
Yeah.
fox.
So what we do is we each pick an actor, and then we each separately watch a film, and then report back. Basically, you know the drill by now.
Hopefully.
But as our special guest for has picked.
Yes.
Oh my God, what am I doing?
We're halfway through a sentence and we're getting to the end of it.
Hey, Kat, who did you pick?
All right, so I had a few different options on my list, but then the person that really inspired me to write in to be like, this is who it should be, is the wonderful Cate Blanchett, the
Oh.
inimitable Cate Blanchett, who
Great
is,
choice.
I believe, 55. Which honestly, I did have to look it up. I was like, I'm like, she's
Yeah.
got to be, just going by her era of movies. She
Yeah.
has to be past the limit, but I was like, I gotta just check. And then I was like, holy shit, she's 55.
55 is
Again,
crazy.
she consistently looks 10 years younger
Yeah.
than she is. Like, she
stunning.
is just stunningly beautiful. But yeah, I think the thing about Cate Blanchett for me is that she is, I think we can all acknowledge she's just a very ethereal
Yes.
beauty.
It's exactly the right word.
But she, I think, specifically appeals to the queers. Like,
Yes.
she is she's a woman's woman.
Yeah, yes.
And it's not just her choice of films that she chooses, that she appears in and where she often does play a woman who loves other women. But I think it's just something about, she's so tall, she looks so good in a suit.
Yeah.
Like Cate Blanchett is at her foxiest when she's in slacks.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a bit of like an androgynous fashion
yes.
sense about
Yeah.
her.
And so like I brought 2 films today because I was like, I can't just do one.
Naturally.
But there are definitely 2 more films that I have in my back pocket to discuss.
Your
So
honourable
either of you
mentions.
watch any of those ones.
Matt, when we played your voice recording saying Cate Blanchett, 6 films immediately popped into my mind.
There's
and I had to
so many
narrow it down.
great films. But yeah, so I'm really excited for this discussion.
Also, can I say Lady Fox?
Lady Fox!
Lady Fox! First Lady Fox!
Yeah.
They've gone and done it.
What a treat.
Made the Lady Foxes last.
Yes.
Lady Fox is last. Lady Fox is finished last.
I also was thinking, like, when it's a lady fox, I feel like it's harder because you look at the films and you're like, she's kind of just like beautiful as it is. Like, most of these films you could be like, this is where she's at her foxiest. Whereas like for the guys, you have to be like, oh, if the lighting was a bit better, like maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different type, but like,
Exactly.
I think there are certain like films where I'm like, Cate Blanchett is all she's doing it
She's
here,
radiant.
versus other ones where I'm like, she is like very beautiful, but
Yeah.
she's not
It's not the
foxy,
film.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I think that's probably something for discussion, because I think that's also the same with certain men.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like some of the previous picks on this podcast, maybe because you've gone for that real character actor vibe, I think generally character actor really just means person who's not always made to look hot
Yeah,
in film.
exactly. Not conventionally attractive.
And I know this is
but-
something that often plays a character off to the side.
Like can be attractive, and if the film wants them to be.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
It just doesn't always, can also be, villainous in a
opposite.
non-hot
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Generally leads into them being the villain or the best friend or the mentor or something like that.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Which films does everybody?
I
don't know if that's the next thing, or do we do
should
something else first?
Should the guest start?
I
do you
think
Or should-
Cass is our guest, and as the chooser of Cate Blanchett,
Okay.
I think you should let us know what
All
you
right.
think.
Yeah.
So I chose 2 films.
Yeah.
One which I had never seen before, and I was like, I'm going to fill a gap in my film viewing history, and one which I was like, this is obvious. I've got to do this one. So my obvious one, yesterday I watched Carol.
Yes.
Which,
Great choice.
what a film! What a film!
If I only let myself have one choice, but Carol was my second choice, but I
Carol is-
refuse to watch it because it's a Christmas movie and it's not Christmas.
Well, right, you can
Oh,
save that for
but-
December. Put
yeah.
it in your list for December. But oh my god, what a film! It is
Yeah.
truly like
Very good choice.
oh, she is wonderful in that. And then I also watched The Aviator,
Nice.
which is a Cate Blanchett. So this was quite interesting to me because I'm like, this is one on paper where I should be like Cate Blanchett, incredibly sexy because she is playing Katharine Hepburn,
Which,
another, maybe not, but we all pretty much think queer icon,
yeah,
like, bisexual queen. And, it's the sort of vibe of it's the slacks, it's the kind of pantsuit sort of situation.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it was too much of an impression. Like, it felt to me like she was doing the voice, she was just walking around being like, jolly hockey sticks, yeah, transatlantic. And I was like,
I
and
feel
I
like
think
if you're playing Katharine Hepburn, though, you have
You
to
kind of
play
have
Katharine
to.
Hepburn. Yeah.
and I think it just, for me, never quite went beyond the impression to the point where I was like, oh, I can see, like, mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think, also she is very straight in that movie. Like, they don't really play into Katharine Hepburn's
Why
queerness.
bother?
She's really just there as a romantic interest for Howard Hughes, Leo DiCaprio's
Yeah.
character, and Leo is not in his baby lesbian vibe at this
Right.
point. He's a bit too old.
Yeah.
Unlike his sexiest, which is Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah,
You know,
literally.
Hands
like
down.
where like again I'm like, oh, I love her. Like Titanic. You know, as soon as he starts getting a little too mask for me, I'm like, oh no, not
Yeah.
until Leo. And yeah, so that's sort of weirdly, I was expecting it to be more of a thing for me, but yeah, and then but Carol, I'm like, she is. It's such a beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful characterization as well because she's like, I don't know. Everybody here has seen Carol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jared's workmate's wife, her and I see each other at every like Christmas function,
Yeah.
and that's basically the only time we see each other. And so we had an ongoing thing of like, what's your favorite movie? We'll both watch each other's favorite movie and report back.
Aww.
So I picked The Wicker Man for her to watch, and she picked Carol. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch this lesbian Christmas movie. Great.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really expecting to like it. I was expecting it to be heavy, and oh my god,
It's so
yeah.
good.
It's very
It's
good.
so
Good film. Good
romantic. It's so beautiful. And like I think Carol is like such an interesting character because she is so very poised and very statuesque, and you can understand immediately why she's so magnetic and alluring.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she just draws these people in. But she also has this like deep kind of pain and vulnerability, like, you know, and the kind of the general sort of premise of it is that she is probably in her like late 30s, early 40s. She's had other relationships with women. Particularly she's got like a long-term ex that's her best friend, who is called Abby, who's played by what's her name? Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
Yes.
Paulson.
One of our favourite lesbians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lesbian icon.
And she's also been married to this guy, Kyle Chandler's character,
Which
who was like perfectly cast as a 50s man. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I'm like that's a 50s man, all right.
Born
He's
for that
very
role.
solid. And she has this daughter with him, and so because you know he's aware of her lesbian affairs, he's trying to like take custody of the daughter in their divorce. So she's got all that going on, and then she meets this young shop girl, Therese, who's played by Rooney Mara, and
love the
they
Mara
fall in
sisters.
love. And yeah, it's about this sort of like, you know, it's from Therese's perspective of like kind of being drawn into Carol's world and sort of realizing her sort of self-realization, realizing why none of these guys around her ever really fit, and yeah, sort of yeah, self-actualizing. And then yeah, I think it was such the novel The Price of Salt came out in the 50s. I think it was like set at the time that it was written, and it was like very groundbreaking because it was like the first lesbian happy ending.
Oh my God.
Like
we don't kill our gays in this
I
room?
know.
What's
It's
going
like
on?
nobody ends sad or like, you know, like it does. And it ends, I think, fairly realistically, in that Carol doesn't get to keep custody of her daughter. But she and Therese, yeah, do end up kind of being together, and there is this sort of sense of you know, romance and love, and it's very it's so romantic.
Is the novel explicitly queer, or
Yes.
is it more implied? It's
Oh no,
explicit.
it's very
cool.
It's Patricia Highsmith.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she wrote it
Right.
under a pseudonym because, you know,
Yeah.
couldn't be said. But Patricia Highsmith, you may know from Talented Mr. Ripley, etc.
Yeah.
But she was a very famous curmudgeonly mid-century lesbian herself. And
The dream.
yeah, she definitely seems like kind of an awful person. If you read her Wikipedia page, you're like, she's kind of terrible, but also iconic. But yeah, so this was like her big lesbian novel,
Yeah.
and she published it as Claire Morgan, I think, because it was you know, couldn't be out there under her
Taboo.
real name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those films which, like, yeah, I think the more I return to it, the more I'm like, it's just so beautiful. And like the way that Cate is in it, like her styling and her like, it's so much hand imagery. I mean, like,
Yeah.
queer films love to have hands.
Yes.
But like the whole thing is she leaves her gloves at the counter when she meets Therese.
Oh my God.
And like the draping of her hands on Therese's shoulders, and like the very like
It's so erotic.
it's so erotic hand usage, incredible, statuesque.
And it's just
Queen.
shot beautifully. Everything is lit
Yes,
so
it's like-
deliciously. Everyone's dressed
Everyone
so
looks
impeccably.
amazing.
It's just Todd Haynes
Oh,
at his most
I love
Todd
a
Haynes
beautiful
yes.
film.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love a film that's really like it's really thought of as art. Like you can tell the person that was making it is like, I'm making art right now. Like I want it to be beautiful.
And it's a Christmas movie.
And
It
it's
is.
a movie.
Yeah.
Put that on with the
Christmas
family.
comes up like throughout,
Mum.
you know, it's not just the setting, but it's like it's a common thing
Yeah.
throughout it.
I famously in December watch a different Christmas movie every day, leading up until the 25th. So sometimes more than one if I've got a free day. And I think Carol, last year was the first year I saw it, and it's going to work its way into regular
Yeah.
rotation because it is just a
It's so
stunning.
Got to be
good.
done.
Yeah.
Christmas film.
And what was your second film? You said
Well, the
Jack
other was
Bauer?
The Aviator, which
Oh,
I
you
talked
sorry, you
about.
did say both.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
so The
were
Aviator, I
you?
think,
I
yeah,
know.
I did enjoy it as a film. Like, I think it is a good watch.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I mean, Cate is not a main. She's like a supporting. I think she got Best Supporting Actress for it.
Wow.
Or at least was nominated. I'm not sure. But yeah, she sort of comes up every so often. I think it is a very good film. It's kind of about, if you haven't seen it, about Howard Hughes was a this industrialist
Yeah.
who he was obsessed with airplanes, and he like built all of these huge airplanes, and he wanted to make films, and so he just poured like all of his millions into like making these extremely epic films with like big sort of
Yeah.
plane things, and he also tried to like invent plane stuff.
He's
But
the
he
one with
also
the spruce moose, right? Was that him?
yeah, the Spruce Goose.
Spruce
is what we
Goose.
called it. That's he called it the Hercules. It
Yeah.
was this very, very giant big plane that he made for World War II. It did not get finished in time for World War II. The war finished before the plane was finished.
Well,
But
good
yeah.
for some.
He had a lot of
Yeah.
ideas. He seemed like he was kind of terrible to be around a lot of the time. But yeah, the other thing is that he suffered from a very extreme OCD,
Yeah.
and it got really much worse
Can
throughout
tell
his
by the
life.
obsession with planes.
Yeah.
There had to be
Um,
something there. It was either that or autism.
Yeah, I mean, looking at them, like, he seems also probably on the
Yeah, there's
spectrum,
a
or
bit
like
of-
had like other things going
Yeah.
on, but the OCD was like very, very crippling. And it got more so as he was in a really bad plane accident at one point, which is shown in the movie, and it is like a harrowing scene. You're like watching it, and you're like, oh my god, this is like oh. But I think it's also a very nuanced portrayal of OCD as well. Like I looked up other reviews from people that have OCD, and they were like, this feels like
Wow.
This feels like
actually
an
accurate, because it's like not just like he did wash his hands all the time.
Yeah.
He was he was very obsessed with he was very gym phobic and obsessed with cleanliness, but it wasn't sort of just things need to be straight and perfectionist. It was like, I'm washing my hands until they are bleeding because
Yeah.
I can't, and then I'm stuck in the bathroom because I can't touch the doorknob, so I have to wait till someone else comes in to get out, and like repeating phrases over and over, having that kind of obsessive repetition of a phrase that he
Wow,
just
yeah.
can't stop himself from saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like as a film, I'd never seen it before, because I just like, it's Martin Scorsese loves to make like 3 hour long.
Yeah.
But
Listen.
honestly, the 3 hours flew by. Like I
Okay.
really felt. But like, yeah, I was very engaged the whole time. Like I think it's well made. I think it's just like I wish there was a bit more sexiness from Cate.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I want her to be, But I mean, I want to just see a Catherine Hepburn movie, like a
Well,
movie
yeah.
about Catherine Hepburn's life.
That's what I was going to say. If like one of the things about her in that movie was you're like, it's too much of an impression.
Mm.
Would you say Catherine Hepburn herself is a silver fox? Would you?
I would say Catherine
Yeah.
Hepburn herself is a silver fox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
she is
100%.
incredible.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And that whole sort of era of the like fast talking, like,
Yeah.
Transatlantic accent.
Yeah, the
stuff.
transatlantic accent, iconic.
I made Jared watch Bringing Up Baby not too long
I've
ago.
actually never seen Bring Up Baby. I
Such
need
a good
to.
film. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I feel like it would be good with a couple of friends and like a couple of wines, and just it's so goofy and so funny.
I watched Guess Who's Coming to Dinner when I was in like college.
Mm.
I had to watch it for like we did a
I've
life
not
skills
seen
class.
That one, is that the one where she?
What's the life skill? Was it like
It was just
how
called
not to
life
be
skills.
racist?
Well,
Is that the one where the daughter brings home a black boy?
Yeah,
It's
Sydney
Sydney
Poitier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like this random class we had at like in our last year of school, and it was run by the art teacher, and he's like, you're gonna watch Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and I remember watching and be like, this is a great film. Like it was really, really good, and I guess it's a very valuable life skill. Don't be racist.
Yeah.
What if you watched it
What if
like?
it was like supposed to be about like table manners?
Yeah.
Actually, what if-
This is where the forks go. Start from the
small and
outside.
work your way in.
What if you watched it in home economics? Like, this is how you cook a meal.
All right. What films did you guys watch?
Do you want a paper scissors rock?
Yes,
Who
well,
goes
paper
next?
scissors rock. We do this
Yes.
almost every episode.
Paper scissors rock. Paper scissors rock. All right.
Oh.
Okay, so we both went rock first, and then Elsie went rock, and I went paper. So
I love having to explain paper scissors rock on podcast.
Mike is the winner.
I win. Right. So like I said, I had 6, and I'll walk you through the ones that I did not choose.
Okay.
So one of them was Carol.
Mhm.
For reasons stated. I only watched that in December.
It's Christmas time only.
One of them is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, yes.
Which I didn't want to discuss because I don't want to waste my time talking about an Avengers
A
movie.
Marvel film.
She is hot in that.
Even though she is hot in that. She's really like skin tight villainy. I love her playing a villain. Great. And then there were the 3 Lord of the Rings films,
Oh, yeah.
which she is incredible in.
She is incredible. I would say she's like, having recently had to watch the second and third one on a plane because they didn't have the first one. I was like on a long flight and I was like, I'll watch all 3. Settled in. They only had the second and third one.
That's a bit criminal.
And I was like, what are you doing? But she's not really in the other 2. She's in Fellowship a lot, but she doesn't really pop up much in the second 2, except in like flashbacks.
She's still really hot though.
That's one where I think she's beautiful, but not sexy.
She's probably like untouchably.
She's untouchably beautiful.
Yeah.
And
we all know the real stud in those films is Gimli, right?
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
No, I know you haven't.
Really?
No,
And she
I'm not.
never will.
And I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy.
We could
They are
trap her
good,
into
though.
it.
They're
You'd
good
have to.
films.
I know that they're good, and I feel like bad as a Kiwi for having not watched like the epicenter of our tourism,
culture. Yeah.
of our tourism market, but they're just not me.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of Orlando Bloom with the blonde wig on, and I get it, but
And you've seen pictures
you
of Orlando Bloom on A to Z men.
paddleboarding.
See, for me, I think Viggo Mortensen is the Aragorn is the hot one.
I think Elijah Wood's hot. I think
Elijah Wood is a
one.
cutie.
Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me.
so
You
sorry.
cannot judge
I
me
can't judge
with
you.
your deranged taste.
True. I have to, if you
Me
guys.
saying
He could be jumping out here being like, oh, I love Denethor. Like,
Yeah.
there could be far worse.
I'm-
No, Elijah
like-
Wood's often in New Zealand, so you have to be careful. He could be outside the window right now, being like, "Did I hear somebody say I was hot?"
I just
He'd
can't
like it.
believe.
I'm sure he's heard that a lot.
Throwing rocks at our
No.
window.
I'm sitting here saying this conventionally attractive man is attractive. And
Elsie's
Elsie's
like,
nah.
boo.
Elsie's going, I'd rather fuck one of the goblins. I'm more about the cave troll.
It's so funny that I'm like, "Meh," and then you could literally show me I don't know, the dad from any early 90s sitcom, and I'm like, wow, now
Right.
that's a man.
Episode 5, it's all broken
Yeah.
down.
I can't believe I just said a man was unattractive. That is so unlike
That's
me. I'm so
right.
sorry.
Well, he's also a nice dude from all accounts.
He's not
He's not.
unattractive.
He's not a
No.
silver fox.
He's got beautiful
so I guess
eyes.
that's part of
I
the.
He's got delicate
He's great.
features.
Yeah, no, I think he's great. I love the "Do you wear wigs?" interview.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
got a great sense of humour.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Elijah Wood, if you're listening to this.
Give me Elijah Wood.
Elijah of your Wood.
Me and my friend went to the Hobbit premiere. To be fair, this was before the Hobbit had come out, so we didn't know it was bad.
Yeah.
But we went into the red carpet lineup situation. We camped out for a few hours to wait to see the people.
That's so
and my
fun.
friend had a very large sign that said Elijah Wood, I would.
I went to the Return of the King premiere and lined up.
We went up to the top of Mount Victoria to look at the people lining up, but we didn't go and line up.
I was
ourselves.
there with my parents and my girlfriend at the time.
Love it.
Shout out Christine. And there was only room for one of us at the front of the line, so it was me. She was standing behind.
You're like, fuck
So I was-
you.
I was holding both of our sheets and getting autographs, and I was like, I just got Andy Serkis's autograph, and she was like, great, and I was like, on mine, not yours.
You didn't go to the premiere of Alice in Wonderland, but you did dress up
I
for
did
it.
dress-
So we talked
You
about
saw this on
last-
Instagram, didn't you?
We talked about this last time. I'm sorry.
At the Lord of the Rings premiere, I was also dressed as the Mad Hatter. I don't.
So did you dress up for the Lord of the Rings premiere?
I would have.
Yeah.
I actually wore a suit type thing because I was so excited, and
I thought they
think it
might be
was-
like, we've got one more seat inside. Who's the best dressed young man here?
And I think it was summer, so I was really
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, they were always
Yeah.
I remember it was at the end of the school year and I was at school, so I couldn't go and queue up. My parents were not going to let me out to go and do that.
I did get a very sweaty hug from Ian McKellen, so we were both very sweaty.
concept that maybe they were going to be like, oh, if only we had a young man dressed in a suit right now that could fill the seat in the cinema.
It's like a Willy Wonka kind of situation.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Good old PJ's just like, and here we go. Oh,
Wow.
Right.
So,
So you didn't choose all of
I
those.
didn't choose any of those.
Oh my god.
So the one I did choose, a movie that I love based on one of my favorite books. What was she thinking? It's Notes on a Scandal.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Interesting. So, what were your thoughts on Cate herself?
Oh my God. Look, I think that it's one of those ones that I think the whole package is just a phenomenal movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But she's set up to be gorgeous, right? That's the whole point.
She's
of the
meant to be
character.
like a
She's beautiful.
absolute vixen.
Yeah, but she's also beautiful in an obtainable, realistic way,
yeah.
right?
Like she
Unlike
could be your art
Galadriel.
teacher.
Yeah.
Like if I saw her playing Kate Hepburn, I'd be like, well, couldn't touch that, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like this art teacher, if I was, 15 years
If you were
younger,
a 15-year-old boy.
you're right
yeah.
in there. I think it is just she. There is something about her in that where she's just so. Obviously, she's quite sexualized, and she's giving the performance of her life, and
She's fucking delusional.
she's delusional, and it's a high camp movie.
Oh, it's
It
so
is.
camp.
And like,
so
there's
camp.
nothing I love more than a power struggle between two incredible women, right?
Yes.
And her and Judi Dench playing off of
And
each
Judi
other.
Dench being absolutely obsessed with her. We get it.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I am Judi Dench in that film.
I had
Yeah.
never heard of the story or anything. It was you that said
Yeah.
to me, I can't remember, I feel like I'd said that I'd read another book or watched another film, and you said, you should read Notes on Scandal.
Yeah.
And I read Notes on Scandal, and I finished the book in like a weekend.
Yeah.
I was absolutely captivated by it. It was so good. And then we were like, there's a movie, Kate Blanchett's in it, and so is Judi Dench. I was like, well, we're off to the races, aren't
And
we?
Bill Nye as
And
well.
Bill
Yeah.
Nye. And the film is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so good.
I love it. The book is incredible. I
Yeah.
think the book is, it is camp and like kind of trashy, but it's also so well written.
Yeah.
It's really fun
I
and
think
like
from memory the book's all in Barbara's
yeah,
perspective.
it's
Yeah.
basically her diary.
Yeah.
I think because obviously it's obviously the topic of like a teacher having an affair with a schoolboy. It's a very like it's not a great topic to have to think about because you're like
Yeah.
Jesus, what an abuse of power. But I feel like the book and the film in a way doesn't do a gross portrayal of
No.
it. It's not trying to be like some weird like sexualized type.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a thing that's both to the credit of the film and also slightly in hindsight, I don't know if they'd still do it this
Yes.
way today, is that kid is very much 15. Like
Yeah.
that kid looks young.
He looks like a child.
He looks like a child, and then they do all of the kissing scenes
Yeah.
and stuff like for real, which I don't know in terms of child endangerment for that actor is like I don't
Yeah.
love. I feel like probably now they would find a way to do that, like more in the Pen 15 way where they like have a
Exactly.
swap in for a body double for those bits. But it definitely hits home like,
Yeah.
this is really predatory. Like it really shows like the sense of like, oh, this is so
Yeah.
bad.
And I
Like
think it's an underrated like technique in film is like I felt the same way when I saw Sofia Coppola's Priscilla. When I was watching that film and I was looking at Priscilla at the start, I was like, that's a kid. Like that's
Yeah.
a 14-year-old girl. That girl looks 14. Like she wasn't made up or anything like that. She looked like a child. And so it was like, yeah, like this is weird. This is
Yeah.
a really weird thing. And I felt exactly the same about Notes on Scandal. That kid's 15. Like
Yeah.
he looks like a 15-year-old kid. And I think it often when you read about like these kind of things, it's hard to conceptualize like what the hell was that adult thinking? And so while I was watching Notes on a Scandal, I was like, Kate Blanchett, she's very enigmatic, like she's
Yeah.
playing this charismatic character, but what the fuck was she thinking?
yeah. And like I think it's also
Which is also the title of
what
the
was
book.
she thinking?
Yeah.
What was she thinking?
Thinking
Notes
Notes
on
on
Scandal.
Scandal. But yeah, I think it's also like a sort of side effect of the fact that like we usually see teens played by people who are so much older.
Yeah.
Like it's these
Grief.
25-year-olds
Yeah.
playing like a 16-year-old, and you're like that person just doesn't look. But we're so used to it that we sort of start picturing teenagers as being people in their 20s.
Exactly.
And it's
It's big in the slasher, like in slasher, obviously they're
Yeah.
all played by 20-year-olds
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So the other day I was like, oh, what if they were actually age appropriate? I'm like, that's a lot more horrifying.
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
gonna be like a whole bunch of actual
16-year-olds.
children running around.
Actually
like,
being-
that's
yeah.
really scary.
Trend a lot on TikTok where like I see a lot with the American version of Shameless.
Mm.
It'll be like Fiona when she was going through like some traumatic experience, and it shows like Emmy Rossum for the show, and then it was like age accurate, and it shows Emmy Rossum at that age, and she just looks like such a child.
Yeah.
And you're watching the show, and like all those Gallagher siblings are like they're in the fucking trenches, like they're going through the worst experiences of their lives, but they're played by adults, except for like 2 of them, and well, maybe 3 of them, but they're played by adults, so you don't really conceptualize it. And then you think back on like, if those kids are really that age, like holy shit. So I completely agree, like using an age accurate actor for a scene like that is a really jarring technique. But I also agree, I don't know if you'd be able to get away with it these days.
Yeah,
if
like
you were trying to
without
make
some
the
at
same
least
thing.
camera trickery to
Yeah.
try to like cover it. Like, yes, you're
Big
like,
body doubles.
don't actually make this boy,
These
he's an
are
adult.
essential.
I did a play when I was like when I was like 16. I was in a youth drama group, and one of the girls we did like there was a season of 2 one-act plays that one would play directly after the other, and the first one was done by the youth drama group, and the second one was outside of the youth drama group. It was
Right.
just ordinary people.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, John Legend song.
But one of the people from the youth group was in the other play,
With the
right?
normal adults.
And she was 16, and she had to kiss a guy in his 50s.
Oh.
Like at the time, we were joking about it. It was like, oh, it's gross, but it's acting, And now I'm like, actually, that is kind of
That's really
strange.
weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a plot point. The character's meant to be like 16, 17, kissing this older guy, but it is like, no.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
isn't- yeah.
You're like, I don't think this was
I don't know if that's
thought
necessary.
through. Like, yeah.
Because also, like, even now, I'm only like 25, but the thought of kissing somebody under the age of 20 to me is like a very weird thing.
But you would happily kiss people in their 50s.
Oh, 100%.
Plus.
100%. But technically, my brain's fully developed now.
Yeah, well done.
So-
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm
so
making
proud of you.
I'm making this decision. I'm cognizant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kiss Steve Buscemi, and I'm intentional about it.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. Do you see how I wait till my brain's fully developed, Leo?
God.
Thoughts on that? Okay.
What did you pick up?
I also
pick up,
watched a
Sue?
Cate Blanchett film, and I can safely say it's none of what's been mentioned.
Great.
so far. So I was like, right, I was not the same. I didn't have like a bunch of films that came to my mind, maybe because I've never seen Lord of the Rings. But I went and I did some Googling,
Mm.
and I would like Google the film, and then it'd be like Cate Blanchett, and I'd look at like the photos and stuff. And I found one where I was like, I'm not gonna go as like crazy fast to be like she's like outrageously sexy, sexy me, sexy in this film, but she is like,
Sorry, that just made me think of sushi.
yeah, sashimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she is so beautiful in this. Like, she is a
Mm.
knockout. So I picked the 2000s Sam Raimi film, The Gift.
Ah,
I have no idea. I've never
Yes,
seen
yes,
it.
I'm
yes.
so glad. Are you ready to hear about this film?
Yes, tell me about The Gift.
At first, I just need to tell you right now, it's got a crazy cast.
Yeah.
It's got Cate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves, Hilary Swank, J.K. Simmons. It's got who was the other one? Oh, yeah, Katie Holmes.
Oh.
Crazy cast, like a really strong cast. The film was a film technically. So basically Cate Blanchett plays a woman who is I guess you would call her psychic medium.
Giovanni Ribisi?
Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi.
Greg Kinnear?
Greg Kinnear's
Michael
Wow,
Jenner?
this is a big
Greg
big
Kinnear's
cast.
quite handsome.
Rosemary
Harris,
Harris.
our queen.
Rosemary
Right,
Harris
Sam
is in
Raimi
it.
was like my friend.
Yes,
Can come
so
back, JK.
Sam Raimi did this film first, and Rosemary Harris has a very small partner as Cate Blanchett's grandmother. And then obviously he was like, "This is the best old lady actress of all time. Get back here, be Aunt May."
Yeah.
But Cate Blanchett is a psychic medium. She can see dead people, and she does psychic readings out of her home. She has 3 sons. Her husband has unfortunately passed away. And Hilary Swank comes to her for solace because her husband, Keanu Reeves, is like horrifically abusive. And then Keanu Reeves starts antagonizing Cate Blanchett because he believes she does the work of the devil and whatnot. And he's like an all around, like he's such a shitty person in this film. Like
That's a real big departure for Keanu.
yeah, he is crazy, like evil in this. He also throws around some slurs, which were quite jarring. I watched it with my mum, which loved it, and she and I
Shout
both.
out, Linda.
Shout out, Linda. She and I both looked at each other after he said a few ripe words, and we were like, "Whoa, where's that come from, Keanu?" But then, Katie Holmes is engaged to Greg Kinnear, and Katie Holmes shows up dead, and everyone's like, how did this happen? And Cate Blanchett is able to tell them where to find her body, which happens to be in Keanu Reeves' pond. But she doesn't think Keanu Reeves did it. And J.K. Simmons is the town sheriff. It's like...
That sounds great.
It sounds great, but then you watch it and you're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not... I'm going to be sorry, it's not very well done.
No,
Oh,
I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's
I'm
on
familiar with
YouTube
something.
for free, by the way.
Wow.
Someone's uploaded the whole thing to YouTube.
I
That's
remember...
not a good sign.
No,
Something
well,
can
you
stay up on
can't get
YouTube.
it.
No.
You can't get it on any streaming services ever. They like to pretend it doesn't exist. But you can watch it on YouTube.
What a gift.
It's
Gift
it's
for us
not
all.
well done, which is odd considering the cast.
And Sam Raimi.
And Sam Raimi. But I will say Cate Blanchett plays this. She's more like reserved. She's quite quiet. She's quite young. And she is so beautiful in this, like really, really pretty. And she is a little bit more like simple in the way she dresses. So like Katie Holmes is always wearing a spaghetti strap that's like falling off her shoulder, and like a massive engagement ring. And even Cate Blanchett's friend is like wearing a tiny skirt and stuff, but Cate Blanchett's wearing a modest midi skirt with like a long sleeve top, but she is still like a standout. And it is quite graphic. Like, it was quite a dark film, and I think the premise, because I won't give away the plot twist, but I think it was really good, and had it been like tidied up a bit, it could have been a really good film, because it had a strong like basis to it, but just the execution wasn't there.
This might be like the script needed some more drafts, and
like-
Sam wasn't quite in his at the top of his game yet.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know what he was on, but it was still like, I still watched it and I was still like, yeah, okay. But I will say she was remarkably beautiful in it.
I always get it confused with the TV show that was around the same time, Medium, which had Patricia
yeah.
Arquette.
Oh yeah, I never
as
saw
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I always used to get them confused because I think they're similar time.
Yeah, and similar. There's also a lot of
Also,
films.
blonde lady
A blonde
psychic.
lady that's a
Blonde lady
psychic.
There's also a lot of films out there called The Gift. Apparently there was a 2015 one called The Gift, which is on streaming platforms. And there was like another one, but this is the one
This is the
from the
specific
2000s
Gift.
that you cannot get on streaming service except for YouTube, and was really weird. And also like the volume control's terrible. There's like a few
no.
clicks of lightning, and it's like excruciatingly loud, and then they'll whisper in the next scene. So it's all over the place.
You're like, sound mixing. Come on.
Yeah,
what are we
come
doing?
But Cate Blanchett's very beautiful in it, so
And I bet Rosemary Harris is as well.
she's so sweet. Now, when I saw her, because she's only in it for like a few seconds, but when I saw her, I was like, oh my god, that's Aunt May. And then
Aw.
I googled her, and she's still alive.
Have you seen that photo of her? I've just brought it up in case you haven't. Of her at the SAG strikes that happened relatively recently.
No.
And her 90s out
She's
there
out there.
Out there on
Still
strike.
protesting.
What a queen.
No.
with her cane and a sign.
I saw a
Very
little
cool.
video of her doing all of her own stunts in the Spider-Man film.
Oh.
That she insisted. She's like, I played Peter Pan when I was young, so I'm doing it fine.
She's honestly a
She
queen.
is brilliant, and she's out there supporting writers.
Yeah.
Rosemary Harris is not a scab.
No, we love her.
I want to talk about my two. So I had my two extra ones. I have
Yes.
actually not come up
Oh.
in any.
Well, so are we on to honourable
I've got to
mention?
honourable
Yes, we
mention.
are. We
Okay.
So
absolutely
these are my
are.
two honourable mentions. One of them, unfortunately, Cate Blanchett is very hot in Tar.
That's one of my honourable mentions.
I haven't seen
Now,
Tar, but I
it's
want
very
to.
good.
Yeah.
Tar is very good. However, she is kind of a monster.
She
She
is
is a
awful.
horrible woman.
But she's just like real.
But she is
bush, like-
unfortunately hot. Like the scene where she like there's that girl that's been bullying her daughter, and she like comes up and she's like, "I'm Petra's father." Like, don't you?
She is so
Like-
like androgynous, like scantily, like fashion and oh my god, strong jawline.
Yeah, it's
lots of
basically
button-up
she is
shirts.
like she's an orchestra conductor who
Yeah.
is very like well known in her craft, but also has a pattern of like finding young women in the orchestra and like kind of preying on them,
Yeah, being like a total predator.
using the recruitment process of the orchestra to like find new girls to have affairs with, because she's also married to another
Which
lady, a
is-
very long-suffering woman.
So crazy.
And yeah, then like once they leave her or like things go wrong, like destroying their careers.
Right.
And it comes out that she's been doing this, and she gets cancelled basically. But yeah, it's like unfortunately she is very hot in it.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's super sexy, despite the fact she's purely evil. It's kind of like
She's
got
very
the
evil.
same vein as like Whiplash, and
Yeah,
like,
very
mentor, mentee, like unhealthy
Yeah, Whiplash if
relationship.
it had a sexual element.
And was lesbian.
It is
Yeah.
one that's been on my list
Yeah.
to watch for ages, but I just had
You
because it's
really-
a
it's
long movie,
and it's
and I know
quite
it's slow
slow.
paced, so
You really
yeah.
got to be in the mode to watch something like that. But if you are, really recommend. And my other one, and this one is like, again, she's not in lots of the film. We did this for Mixed Bag, so you can hear more of my takes on the
Great.
film if you
There
go
you
listen
go.
to the episode. But the film I'm Not There, which is a Bob Dylan
Ah,
biopic
yes.
spread across a whole bunch of different things.
Where she plays Bob
She
Dylan.
plays Bob Dylan. And I saw this, I was 15, I think. And honestly, this was an awakening. Like,
A life changer.
her as Bob, I was like, something about this is really doing
That
it.
was me when
Like-
Lady Gaga dressed up as Joe Calderon.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I have never heard.
So-
I have never heard you make a noise like that.
See, no one gets the Joe Calderon phase, but it was
Lady
it
Gaga
was
is Joe
iconic.
Calderon.
Okay, I
It's
need to
the
look
my
this
God.
up.
thing.
Look at her, like the You and I music video, I think, which is just like her, like dirtbag guy, and I'm like,
I used to
whoa.
watch that video regularly over the school holidays. Mike has a very concerned look on his face.
Oh,
guy face. I don't know, but something about that.
she looks like she needs a bath. I don't
Something
get
about
it.
like there's this tall, statuesque beauty, but she's in drag, and I don't know. There's something about that I'm just like.
She looks like Ray
I can't
Romano.
deal with it.
No, I remember because it's always like this thing on the
That
internet
is
where
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano. If he's
No.
That is Ray Romano. Look, there's a picture comparing him to Ray Romano. That
okay.
is Ray Romano.
Maybe Ray Romano was hot in his 20s. I don't know. I've never seen him when he was young.
I think because it's often a thing on the internet where people will be like, "Did you know that Cate Blanchett played a man?" And
Yeah.
and I'm not there, and it's like, yeah, we all know because
Yeah, we all know
it
because
was
we
the-
fast forward to the other parts.
it was the sexiest thing that's ever happened. That is
But yeah,
such a good
so
shout.
it was on my list of like, I mean, like, look, if we're going for purely hottest Cate Blanchett moments, TM, that would be on the list. But I also have watched that film fairly recently. It is a film not that great. Like,
eh.
it's very mixed. There are definitely like some storylines that work, others that don't. It's like, it's an idea that didn't really work, but
I
she's
think-
great in it.
I think we need to have a poll on Instagram or something of is Gwen, not Gwen Stefani.
Does Joe
Lady Gaga,
Calderon
Lady
hot or
Gaga
not?
is Joe Calderon. Is that hot?
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I'll get all my friends to vote.
I think you'll
Correct.
find that there's a lot of people that would agree.
Yeah.
I'm sure all you queer women.
Yeah.
Around
I
there.
just see Ray Romano. I'm sorry.
Yes, well, I think this goes back to like an earlier conversation. I don't know if you're really the exact.
You're not the
Yeah,
target
no.
audience for Joe
Demographic to be-
Calderon.
You're probably right.
I don't
I
think
am the demographic for Lady Gaga, however.
Yes.
So so Lady Gaga as a whole appeals to gay men. She made Joe Calderon for the women.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
She was
I,
like,
mean,
right.
I also am not a fan of Lady Gaga.
I know, that's
so
true. That's true.
I'm just in the demographic.
I'm going to
for
say
it.
also, it's because her new album that goes along with Folie à Deux came out yesterday. And I know this because I was snoozing away in my bed on Saturday morning and my partner started blasting Good Morning, her cover of the song from Singing in the Rain,
Yeah, great.
very, very loudly. And I was like,
Did they do this just to get to you? Like,
well, I think it was both. I want to listen to Lady Gaga's new album, and also Cassandra is still asleep, so I think it's
So I
time
can
to
listen
wake
to-
her
yeah.
up. For the... And
I-
yeah, it's a
I
lot.
only
Thanks.
found out that
Thanks,
Lady
thanks.
Gaga had done an accompanying album because everyone was going crazy over the fact she's done a cover of the theme song from Kath and Kim.
yeah, let's see that.
which is so funny.
So, is that song originally the theme song for Kath and Kim, or was it like
So it's a
something else
standalone
first?
song.
Okay.
Isn't it a Shirley Bassey or
It might be.
something like
that
that?
would make sense. It sounds quite like Shirley Bassey in the
Yeah.
original. Okay.
It's a standalone song. If you're in Oceania, you know it as
We all know it as the Kath and
the
Kim
Kath
thing.
and Kim
Sung
theme
by
song.
Jane Turner, right?
Yes.
Jane Turner's
I
Kim.
don't know.
Yes.
Whoever plays Kim, the
She sings
daughter,
it, does she?
sings it in
Okay.
the show.
Love it.
And then when Lady Gaga's done her cover of it, which works really well for the film, and I'm sure like Americans are going to go crazy for it, but then whenever I hear it, I just
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
the
we see Kath and Kim posing in front of that white screen.
in
like,
my
yeah.
head, which makes it a funny song.
It is one that Jared and I sing around the house, just end up going, the Joker is me.
There's always a Joker in the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Um.
I've said my honourable mentions.
Yeah, and my
But
honourable
I
mention.
do have one extra one. that
Okay, yeah.
Was just her and Cinderella as Lady Tremaine.
Okay.
As the wicked
I've
stepmother.
actually never seen the Cinderella.
I went to see it.
Aggressively fun.
That's I mean, I'm generally against
Me
the
too.
live action remakes,
Yeah.
and so I've just gone out of my way to not watch any of them.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I
she
believe
is
that.
she is good in it,
Yeah.
of course, because it's Cate Blanchett,
Yeah.
and she is statuesque and beautiful. But I would say she does not make watching the film worth it.
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
think I remember seeing the film in cinema. I watched it for like a fundraiser.
Oh.
Lily James is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
she is a really
And
beautiful
the
girl.
tiniest waist on a human person.
Which is crazy.
Lily James, just as a side note, so my mixed bag co-hosts and I went to go see Mamma Mia 2
Yeah.
together, and I was like, well, it was a fun film, and both of them were like, Lily James is the most beautiful woman. They would leave the cinema like, where is our queen, Lily James? Like,
When I see photos of Lily James in full makeup and costume as Pamela Anderson, my brain does not let me comprehend that that's Lily James.
I haven't seen that Pamela Anderson.
Do not
thing.
watch Pam and Tommy. It's
not good?
It's not good, and also like Pamela really did not want the show made,
Oh,
and they
okay.
made it without her consent.
Oh, that sucks.
And I'm #1 Pamela Anderson fan. I will
Okay.
protect her with my life. But whenever I see pictures of Lily James on set, like I just cannot get into my head
Oh,
that that's Lily James.
yeah, she's a
It's crazy the amount of like
yeah,
must
yeah.
be prosthetic and makeup that they've used.
to make it like changing her face.
Change
to
her face
fit it.
to-
Interesting.
that's
do it.
insane.
And I was going through, this is such a weird like side note, I was going through Iowa Debris' letterbox the other day because she has quite a good
Oh,
letterbox.
she's got great letterboxed.
And I can't even remember now what film it was, but she was talking about like we need to stop using so much like prosthetic in films and like getting more people that actually look like the character
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
casting. Like
Yeah.
we'll need to go back to that at some point because I feel like a lot of it was Eyes of Tammy Faye with
Right,
Jessica
yes.
Chastain
Mm.
like freaking made up to the max
Yeah.
and all this prosthetic to look like Tammy Faye. And don't get me wrong, she did a really great job. But I think is it Annalie Ashford?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Literally looks like that already. That's just what she
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, to do Tammy Faye, you do need to wear a lot of makeup.
Yes, like the
Because that,
makeup's
yeah.
fine, but like having to do the nose and like
Yeah.
do the prosthetics to get the.
yeah.
If you put Annalie Ashford in a lot of makeup, I'm telling you right now, she's gonna look like Tammy Faye.
Yeah. This is like the Leonard Bernstein, like in Maestro.
Oh,
the
Bradley
Maestro.
Cooper, who like the nose, he's like their nose was bigger than Leonard Bernstein's
it-
nose. Like,
it comes across as so
I
anti-Semitic.
know.
Yeah.
And like I have seen photos of him when he was older, and like generally your nose becomes more prominent
Yeah.
as you age, particularly for men. Like
Nose
it's
and
just
ears,
nose
yeah.
and ears get bigger. And like yes, later on in life it did look, but like he didn't need to look like that the whole way.
No.
It just becomes like he's like I'm playing a Jew. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
not
oh my
work.
God,
Oh my
bro.
God.
I did see a lot of commentary on the use of the prosthetic nose to Maestro, and I wasn't going to watch Maestro anyway because I
It's
felt like
not-
I was taking a
it's really
stand
not
against
my
Bradley
thing.
Cooper. Because I'm going to say something so controversial on the potty see. Maestro was just Oscars bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
all that
Absolutely.
was.
It was just him doing like, I've got a great impression and I'm going to do it to show you all.
I feel like most biopics are just
Absolutely.
Oscar bait. And then every time, like when I was watching those Oscars and it was like, he's not getting picked again, I was like, yeah. And then for a while,
Shame.
I know it sounds awful, every time Oppenheimer didn't get an Oscar, I was like, yeah. Because I was like, I just feel like it was such an obvious
Yeah,
sweep
it's
for them.
again where I'm like, Oppenheimer is a good film.
It's an objectively
but
good film.
like, you're like, this is not the most fun choice.
No.
you know?
Exactly. It was a long time in that cinema. It was a
Yeah.
very long time.
Is Barbie a biopic?
I'm gonna say no.
A
because
biopic for a fake
a
person,
biopic for Barbie.
technically. I think me for that Oscars, I was just, and don't get me wrong, Emma Stone, great actress, but it should have been Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when
I
it
think
wasn't,
the
I was-
narrative would have been better as well.
Yeah.
yeah, I was, and yeah,
Because
don't
Poor
get-
Things is very good. Like I
was
prefer
a
Poor
good
Things for Best
film.
Picture, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Poor
but I think
Things
Lily
is-
Gladstone for
Best Picture,
Best
absolutely.
female actor would be good.
But I was in that cinema and I saw that performance. And
Yeah.
She was phenomenal.
have you seen it's on Disney Plus, Under the Bridge? with
No,
Lily
I hear it's
Gladstone?
very good.
It's really good. It's based on a true story about a young girl who was unfortunately bullied and murdered, which is very sad. And Lily Gladstone plays the police officer investigating the thing, and it's a very good series. I highly recommend. It's also Lily Gladstone playing like a butch lesbian.
Yeah.
So
Which this podcast is for.
yeah,
This episode
This
especially.
episode, I know it's like the
our
civic
listeners will
energy
probably
is
want to get
just
into
like,
it.
whoop,
Yeah.
from previous.
I feel like
episodes.
I should leave.
Actually might keep to go.
Yeah, Mike, you're encroaching on our space.
I'm so sorry.
So my honourable mention for this one is such a random one. It's very early in Kate's filmography. It's called Thank God He Met Lizzie.
Oh, I've never heard
But-
of
No, this is obscure.
Oh, this is so crazy. This is how far I went back. In America, if you're listening from America, you'll be like, what are you talking about?
Shout
Because
out to Steve.
it was released under the American name The Wedding Party, but it's
Much
got
worse. So much more boring.
it's called Thank God He Met Lizzie, and it's also impossible to find on streaming services. But it's basically like Kate Blanchett gets married, or is getting married to this guy, and he is like reminiscing on his marriage to this other woman. But this is what Kate Blanchett looked like in it.
Oh,
So
wow.
she's like very beautiful in it.
Yeah.
Didn't make it to like the top because I thought The Gift was a bit of a knockout. I can't really tell
She
you.
also looks, there she looks like normal person beautiful.
Yes.
Not quite like the
Attainable, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
not the
there's-
goddess beautiful that she
Mm.
is generally associated with.
There's not too much more to say about the film. You're not going to be able to find it. It's a very difficult. You're going to have to do some shady business to find it. So if you really care that much, go for it. But
Thank God
he met Lizzie. It's like from very early in her career.
1997.
Yeah. Just like the most random film. Back when like every film studio was doing like a romantic comedy a minute,
Yeah.
and they were all somehow based around weddings.
Also got Richard Roxburgh in it.
Yeah. And Frances.
Roxburgh. Frances O'Connor.
Yeah. She's the other woman in
The other woman.
in the film.
Okay.
Did we have any Fox facts about Kate Blanchett?
It's time for our traditional quick Google.
I have one
Oh,
which is
perfect.
not really a fact as much as this is a thing that I remembered and I just wanted to look back on
Love
from early last year. Is that apparently Guy Pearce, Australian actor, has some sort of feud with Kate Blanchett.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know what the beef is. But there was just a bit where he retweeted some stuff which was like it's a picture of like, look at how cool Kate Blanchett is here or something, and he's retweeted it saying, no thanks. And Critics' Choice Awards, congratulations Kate Blanchett on her Best Actress win for her performance in Tar, and he's retweeted it with fascinating choice, and then a huge amount of ellipses
Oh my
afterwards.
God.
So like we don't know what's happened between Guy and Kate, but
It's
there
so
is
good.
something in the background there. Apparently, some people have guessed it might be to do with she used to run one of the theatre companies
I
in
think she still
Australia.
does.
Maybe
Sydney.
I think I'm not sure if she still does, but she at least was.
She's involved
She's
in
at least
one in
still involved
Sydney.
with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they had some sort of fight about like the management of this theatre company is what people
God.
think it might be.
That's outrageous.
But anyway, hilarious to me. Just
It's
so
very funny.
aggressive and just tweeting like, no thanks.
No thanks is quite funny.
That is a really good Fox fact. I feel like that's one of the best Fox things. It's up there with Steve Buscemi, the firefighter. And
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
So yeah, that's my Kate Fox fact.
I'm looking at facts.net, which always has the most tepid facts. But this one randomly, Blanchett received critical acclaim for her role in Woody Allen's Blue Jasmine, which I just okay.
Yeah.
But that's all this is. It's
Boo!
yeah.
Oh, I've got a
Don't
good
go
one
with
here.
Woody.
Apparently, at age 15, she shaved her head, and as a result, was almost fired from her job at a nursing home.
Oh.
She convinced them
They
to let her keep
saw
that
her and they were
job.
like, Butch Queen. Okay,
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
stay.
I
just
imagine she could work
I
the
think she
bald
could
head.
work a bald head.
Yeah.
This just reminds me of like my friend in high school shaved her head for like to raise money for child cancer
Yeah.
research, like did one of those things. And a teacher complained and she was almost banned from sitting up the front with the choir during prize giving because
Oh no.
they thought it was a bad bad look. It would somehow like
That's outrageous.
and I'm like, we're like, this is literally a cancer research like fundraiser thing. Like, and you're like, oh, aesthetically, this does not please me.
Yeah, this
What if you had
I'm
someone
not
who's got, like,
vibing.
alopecia or cancer or something?
But yeah, no.
Yeah,
They were just like, no, we don't like. I can't have a bald girl in the choir.
Not a bald child. I shouldn't have to look at this.
Yeah,
That's
shocking.
outrageous.
So apparently she served as the artistic director of the Sydney Theatre Company from 2008 to 2013.
Which honestly, even better for the feud because that implies that like it's 10-year-old beef.
Yes.
Like they're still complaining about
going.
it.
It says here that
they fell out sometime 10 years ago, and
it says that Cate Blanchett, Linda Hunt, and Felicity Huffman are the only performers to be nominated for an Oscar for playing a member of the opposite sex.
oh,
Felicity Huffman would be for Transamerica.
Transamerica and
well, I'm
Linda.
like, actually, she was the
yeah.
correct sex.
She was the correct sex by today's standards, so changed that.
Linda Hunt also famously playing an Asian man.
The year of living dangerously.
Yes, which was
super offensive. So I think we'll just reverse that and say it's just Kate.
Just Kate.
Just Kate.
Felicity Huffman also involved in the college admission scandal, which is just my favourite thing
Hilarious,
about
honestly. The college admission scandal,
Jared-
quite a funny scandal.
We've been, over the past while, Jared and I have been rewatching Desperate Housewives, because he's sort of seen bits
It's like
of it.
James and I have been rewatching
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
Same
excellent.
vibe.
And like in the first season, there is like Lynette, Felicity Huffman's character, is trying to bribe someone to get her kids into their school.
It's when she got the idea that she was
It's
like,
just so
really, and it
funny.
works so well for Lynette. I have to do it myself.
This is actually outrageous, sorry. Cate Blanchett was the original Tim Tam girl in the series of commercials promoting the product. Like, you know, we have Milky Bar Kids.
Yeah.
Love it.
She was the Tim Tam girl.
Tam girl.
Bring that back.
She's been, oh my god, she's been in Streetcar Named Desire, apparently.
Ooh.
She would be so
Oh,
good
she'd
in
be a
that.
Blanche for Twin Door
Oh
Blanches.
my god.
She was unknowingly pregnant when with her son Roman while portraying the pregnant journalist in their Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Wow.
There you go.
It's called Method.
Yeah. She got pregnant specifically.
Yeah, specifically so she could really, feel it.
Apparently she's fluent in French as well.
She has played a man
Yeah.
3
I think
times.
in Tar she shows up. She does some French, I think.
We do know that she is not our French listener, though.
She's not our French listener. Sorry fans who were waiting to find out who that was. It was me. I was in France on holiday and I downloaded an episode of this podcast.
Did you watch Bob L'Éponge?
I did not watch Bob L'Éponge.
No Bob L'Éponge.
No Bob L'Éponge in Paris at that time. If he'd shown up, I would have.
If there are any other French listeners out there watching Bob L'Éponge, I hope you enjoy. It's very important to us. Just the fact that you even thought to download our podcast while you were abroad, that's incredible.
Look,
And-
you gotta spread the news.
Exactly. You got to listen to it on the TV with the windows open so everyone,
Yes,
on the
everyone else
street
can hear.
it.
Like burn a CD of your favorite episode.
Oh my
give
God.
them to friends.
Yeah, hand them out. So this podcast comes from a strange land.
Yeah.
Please listen to it. I think it's time to do our Punnett Square.
Yeah.
Which
does the
is-
Fox fuck?
Does this fox fuck? And for those unfamiliar, it's a Punnett Square. Your categories are fucks does not fuck, and then knows what fucking is does not know what fucking is, and you have to work out where the character from your film falls on it. So because we all know Cate Blanchett fucks, just look at it.
Yeah.
But where does your individual character fall? And it doesn't even have to be that like even if they've got a child, you don't have to be like, oh, well, that must mean they fuck. It's like, it's more of like a mindset.
We're not necessarily talking about the act of intercourse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
It's
saying,
the
like,
vibe.
are they fucking?
Okay.
Like, did they fuck? So Cass,
Yeah.
your
So
characters.
Carol Laird, she fucks and she knows what fucking is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's an
100%.
expert. She she knows all the many different ways one can have sex,
Yeah.
and she'll do them all to you. Yeah. So that one seems pretty clear. I'm gonna say Katharine Hepburn in this portrayal. She does know what sex is. She has had sex, but she doesn't really prefer it.
Yeah.
She'd prefer a good round of golf.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she'd prefer to get out on her horse.
Yeah.
She'd prefer to fly a plane. Like
Yeah.
she'd
She's
prefer
got
some
better
sort of
things to do.
active exercise, and then that sort of that like to get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my vibe.
Love to hear it. What about, is it Sheba Hart?
Bathsheba Hart.
Bathsheba Hart.
She fucks. She knows what fucking is, and she should be imprisoned for it.
Unfortunately, she does.
fucks.
Yeah. She fucks, and we're all very upset about that.
Unfortunately so. I think our character Annie from The Gift, she knows what it is. She has fucked in the past. She's got 3 sons.
Mm.
I don't think she's fucking anymore. Her
No.
husband unfortunately
She's-
passed away, and she was very much in love with him.
Right.
She
She's all closed up down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
nearly there was like a little spark between her and Greg Kinnear.
I think a lot of people would have a spark with Greg Kinnear.
He was so handsome in this film. But it didn't amount to anything. So I think once upon a time she was fucking, not anymore. Definitely knows what it is.
She knows what it is because she's read other people's minds. Who have
Yeah,
done it.
she's like, she sees it. She saw Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes is inexplicably nude in this film
Oh.
for a bit, and it wasn't really necessary for the plot, but
Oh dear.
she was.
Well, welcome to horror.
Um,
A lot of nudity that you don't need.
Can I just say, I saw the craziest thing the other day.
That's a nude person.
I saw a nude person. I saw this thing where somebody suggested that Adam Sandler created the film Jack and Jill and cast Katie Holmes in it to help free her from her abusive marriage to Tom Cruise.
That sounds like it's
I could believe that because Adam Sandler apparently, like, people love working with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's apparently just a lovely guy. Everyone gets on with him. Like,
Yeah.
people all just, that's why he gets all these people who are like much higher tier than they should be in his kind of shit
I
films.
also,
Because, like, they're just like, oh, yeah, we'll go and shoot it over in Miami. It'll be really
Yeah.
fun.
It'll be
We'll have like,
great.
a month
We'll
or
just
so,
have a couple of drinks on
fucking
set.
around.
Yeah.
So that's why they like it.
read in the same description that apparently there was another film he made where he cast this American sports reporter, and at the time that he cast her, like shortly beforehand, unfortunately, and this was so horrific, a guy that had been stalking her had like cut holes into walls in like this hotel she was staying at, filmed her unknowingly and like posted it on the internet.
Jesus.
And she was currently racking up like huge legal bills to cover this. Adam Sandler cast her in a small part in this film, which then enabled her to be able to pay the legal bills and
That's so
eventually.
cool. I love
Mitch.
stuff like
This
that.
So I think when I first started reading the thing about Katie Holmes, I was like, "What are you on about?" And then the more I read it, I was like, "Hold on a minute." I was like, "You might have actually convinced me. I'll try and find the thing and I'll send it to you guys," because I was like, might have convinced me that Adam Sandler is secretly a cool guy, makes a bunch of shitty films because he just likes to have a laugh, but
Yeah.
he is also potentially helping women escape abusive relationships, which huge if true and super legit if true.
I
Love
love hearing about little casting things like that. Like how Angela Lansbury used to cast older actors so they could
Yes.
keep their pension and keep their
Like
SAG.
these SAG cards.
Yeah.
Because like they would lose their pension if they didn't work. So she kept putting them into Murder She Wrote as
Yeah.
like the receptionist. You know,
Yeah, they
like,
just have
I
little
love
characters. Yeah,
Absolutely love those kind of stories.
it's so good. It just shows that there are good people
There are actually genuinely good people out there.
for every Toby Maguire and Angela Lansbury.
For every shitter, there is somebody out there that is just doing it
Oh.
because they want to.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, what a guy. What
Right.
a guy. Angela Lansbury is not a guy.
no, no. But
What a
like,
gal.
What a gal. What a
What a
lady.
gal.
What a
What a
ragtime gal.
dame. What a dame, surely.
She's a dame.
Yeah, she was a dame.
Okay.
All right, so I think we're up to finding out who the next fox is. And Elsie, I believe it's your turn.
It is my turn, and I've got a preposterous
Oh,
proposal.
Jesus Christ.
You know how I made such
Well, I know
a
it's
face,
not Elijah Wood.
made such a face about Elijah Wood, and now I'm going to reveal my fox, and you're going to be like, are you okay? But I've had this one in my head because I genuinely, like, it's a joke between my sister and I, like, how much I have a crush on this guy.
Oh, no.
My eyes are watering. Okay. My fox
Oh, Jesus.
for next week is the wickedly talented, not Adele Dazeem, is the incredibly talented Clancy Brown.
Okay, Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs from Bob L'éponge.
Where have you seen him to have developed the crush on
He's in a
him?
lot.
He's in a
he does
lot.
stuff. He's in Shawshank Redemption.
I do not. I know him as Mr. Krabs, and that's it. So.
He was a knockout when he was young, I'll tell you that for free. And honestly, still,
I'm gonna Google this guy because I'm just like
Can we watch?
Boy me Bob.
Can we watch the SpongeBob movie?
Yes, you may. Well, if you could watch Monsters Inc. for Steve Buscemi, you can watch
also watch.
the SpongeBob movie or Sponge on the Run,
Okay,
Sponge out of water.
Okay,
He's
I see.
he's got a bit of a face of a brute, but like that's not an insult necessarily.
That's why.
That's not him.
That might be why I picked him.
Yeah, he's got quite a powerful chin.
Yeah.
The Crimson Chin.
Oh.
Mr. Krabs of Bob L'Eponge fame.
Okay, that's actually not as unhinged as I thought you were going to go.
Who do you think I was going to pick?
I don't know. I was really concerned for like,
What, like Jeremy Wells from the news or something?
oh my God, I don't know. I was so scared. I had no concept of who you could possibly.
I really, I feel like...
I thought you were going to say John Travolta for a sec.
Yeah,
from
but
the
he was
Wickedly.
with the wickedly talented.
Yeah.
No, I think about the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem all the time. I'm not picking John Travolta. You would actually have to... Like, if I picked John Travolta, you guys might have to call an ambulance.
I mean,
I think, yeah, that probably would be like to get you sectioned.
Yeah,
if we
right.
had to pick like his sexiest appearance, I think we'd just sit in silence for a couple of hours.
Until one of us moved, because nobody wants to say it first.
So, yeah.
When I saw his hair in Pulp Fiction, I was like, oh, come
Yeah.
on, mate. Like, that's not on. That's
Yeah.
not on. I remember I used to love the movie Grease when I was a kid.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I had a crazy crush on Kaneki. Like, I was obsessed with Jeff Conway as a child.
Again, Kaneki, another great example of someone who's so old.
Yeah,
Like,
just the oldest man.
Oldest man.
Unbelievably old. Him and, like, Stockard Channing, like, probably both homeowners. Like,
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, I can't believe we're getting teenage pregnant. Oh,
Exactly.
you mean your teenage
Yeah.
child is getting pregnant? Is that what you mean?
If I'm pregnant, I'll no longer be able to get the pension.
they got the super gold card and they got I used to, well, I still do actually, I watch it quite often, and I found out during like my family and I got COVID, so we were all confined to the house, and my sister imparts on me that she's never seen Grease before. And I was like, what are you talking about? So we watched it, and she was like, yeah, it's a good film. And I remember during the hand drive scene, she turns to me and she goes, John Travolta's dancing is very captivating, but he is so unnerving to look at. And I was like, that's probably like
Yeah.
the best description of him.
Yeah.
He is so...
He is a good dancer.
And that's why he
Great
got that's where
dancer.
his career began, is that he
Yeah.
was a good dancer, and they were like,
Saturday
you can
Night
deal with the
Fever.
rest of it.
Yeah.
He's an odd
move.
bloke.
Have you seen Battlefield Earth?
No.
Oh,
That's
what a
kind of
film.
like a Scientology,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
Oh,
a bad
dear.
film.
Yeah. Not... Yeah.
But that does have
Clancy Brown.
no, what's his name that we were just talking about? Maybe that's the one you watched when you were getting surgery.
Maybe.
Forrest
Forrest Whitaker.
Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker, he is in it.
Forrest Whitaker's also in Panic Room with Jodie Foster.
Was that what you were watching when you had your...
Again, no. I feel like my only
I
thing
feel like,
remember...
sorry, we need to explain because that may have been off pod, right? No, it was on
No,
pod.
it was on pod.
It was on pod.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that I remember there was a shot of like a plume of smoke.
Wow. This is so haunted.
That's literally all I'm
Do you
getting
think
from it.
Passed out and he came to you in a dream.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing is like
He healed your
I would
teeth.
have no memory of this if James, my partner, hadn't been like, what did you think of that movie? Like the next day. And I'd be like, what? Frozen? And then they're like, no, the one we watched before Frozen. What do you mean? And just, it's gone. I gotta go on his letterboxd and like scroll back and see if I can work out which one it was.
This made me think, like, there was one time years ago where I had ingested a little bit of marijuana, which is not something I normally do. It was my 20s, what can I say?
My God.
And we sat down to watch a movie, and because it's not something I do very often, I just blanked on what it was, and I just remembered key little scenes, and it was a horror movie. So I was like, I just remember there was like this one large black woman who had kind of fucked up skin, who was chopping people up and eating them. That's all I remember. And so I was Googling, like,
movie where, like,
cannibal woman, black chef lady, like, things like this. And then eventually, after years, I found it. It's a movie called Medium Raw, Night of the Wolf. Not a good film. But I was so
You're the
obsessed
only
with
person
it.
who's ever watched it.
seen it. Yeah.
It's got this big thing of, like, starring John Rhys Davies, and he's in it for maybe 5 minutes, and then dies.
Well, it's like the big thing at the time. It's like Scream. It was everyone like publicized being like Drew Barrymore's in it, and then like for 2 minutes.
Yeah. But I think that was like a actual tactic, right? Like that was an artistic decision.
Draw you in.
Like, didn't you hear there was the thing where, like, I think Ana de Armas was supposed to be in some shitty film that came out, and she was publicized as being in it, but then they cut her pretty much from the film. Like, she was only in like one scene, and her fans were so outraged they sued the film.
Oh no!
For false advertising. Like, we are here for Anna. Like,
where's Anna?
Well, I think with Scream, they were originally going to cast Drew Barrymore as Neve Campbell's role, Sydney, and she said, "I don't want to play that. I want to play
this one that dies,
Casey Becker at the start."
Yeah,
and everyone will think I'm the star. So, and
which
it,
is valid.
like, is one of the most effective parts of Scream.
Yeah,
like Psycho.
Yeah. She did a really good job at making me really want to try Jiffy Pop.
Great.
Despite the fact you cannot get it in New Zealand. So
No.
I think it's just normal microwave popcorn.
I think it is,
It's a
but
But you
band-aid.
get the over the stove with the big foil balloon.
the way in which they cook it,
Yeah.
it's really drawn me in.
Yeah.
So Clancy Brown.
I look forward to listening.
I cannot wait
Mr.
to
Krabs himself.
have the most unhinged episode that anyone's ever heard. I'm going to go crazy on Clancy Brown.
Oh, I
also
genuinely...
always get him confused with Tom Clancy as well. So when I was
The
young,
author?
when I was young, my
You're
dad,
like Clancy Brown's written a lot of books.
yeah, my dad had a lot of Tom Clancy in the house, and I'd be like, he's reading Mr. Krabs' book. Like, this guy.
Mr. Krabs' autobiography about his time as a spy.
I thought I was a SpongeBob fan in this house, but Dad's buddy reading Mr. Krabs.
The Hunt for Red October. The red is about Mr. Krabs.
Bob Lauteur.
So, before we get too carried away, should we rank our films on Letterboxd?
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Now, I'm sorry, I did not realize that as a guest of the pod, I was also supposed to not be sharing my Letterboxd review.
I saw.
and then I saw
Well,
Mike,
I haven't seen
and he
yours.
was like, how dare you? You've added it here. So yeah, generally, I try to log everything that I watch because otherwise I forget because my brain just
Valid.
stiff like for movies.
That's what I have to do.
So I gave The Aviator 4 stars,
That's a very, that's very good. That's very
Nice.
kind.
which I felt like, it's a very solid, very strong movie. But I just think Cate Blanchett's role in it, not as major.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like, not that she was like a letdown in it, but I was just like not as interested in necessarily that part of it. It's a very good film. Like parts of it, sometimes it gets a bit long, but I think in general, like very well made, I would recommend. Carol is a 5-star classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carol is 5
Understandable.
and a heart. Like we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful. How about you, Mike? What have you given
So,
Notes on Scandal?
Notes on a Scandal. I'm also going to say I wrote down a quote from it. And this is going to be my review. Just because, like, Stephen, the 15-year-old, gives Sheebus something at one point, and he says it's made of real fake gold. What is real fake gold?
I love that. That's very cute.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's very,
We'll never know.
it's very funny.
So the book of Notes on a Scandal, I would give 5 stars. I think it's a
Mhm.
really good
Yes.
book. The movie, I'm giving 4 stars. It doesn't quite capture the spirit for me, but Judi Dench and Cate Blanchett and Bill Nighy are all giving phenomenal performances.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's a tough one because obviously when you're adapting a book into a film, you can't put everything in there. But it was one of those ones where I just wished they could have.
Yeah.
Because there were parts where I was watching the film and I was like, oh, it's missing this from the book, or it's
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Maybe if I'd watched the film first and the book second, I would have liked the film more.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
But it's
still
also
a great
brisk.
film.
It's only 92 minutes, so it's
It
like
is.
it's a nice easy in and out. Yeah, no, 4 stars and a heart. I'm giving it a heart.
Yeah.
A Shiva heart. There we go.
I am giving the gift a generous 2.5 stars.
What? Which is the lowest on the podcast?
It might be I'm just looking at Letterboxd now. Overall ratings, it's got an average of 3.2.
Yeah.
It's not a great film. It's just like weird, which, like I said, is incredibly strange considering how stacked the cast is. But it's like an odd film and quite disjointed,
Mm.
and there's a lot going on there. I'd still recommend you watch it because like the premise is pretty good. It should have been better than it was, but 2.5.
2.5.
2.5. Maybe, yeah. I think we were saying the other day that like generally the films we watch on, like we review on here, the ones where they're hunkiest are actually also a good film.
Often they're
Mm.
ones that we bring because we're like we like
Also want to
this.
watch
Yeah.
this film.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
And also like part of what makes Cate Blanchett so attractive is that I like her as an actress and I like watching
yeah,
her
she
in
is
films,
good at
right?
acting also. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, she was a really good actress in this film.
Yeah.
Like
Mm,
as a
mm.
whole, she was definitely like she was the gift in this film.
Mm.
Bye.
But yeah, everyone else, I don't know. Everyone else must have been on Smoker. It's fine.
So, if you would like to follow me on Letterboxd, you can. My Letterboxd is OneHatMadder, which is OneHatMadder. That's also my personal Instagram if you want to follow.
I am on Letterboxd and Instagram at Lula Morashi, LulaMorashi. And yeah, there's no explanation to that really. It's
That's what it is.
I've got it's a long and boring story.
My letterbox is my favorite part of the podcast, arguably. My letterbox, if you want to follow me there, you can find me at DixieNormus69. That is DixieNormus 69.
Nice.
DixieNormus69.
And obviously, if you want to follow the show, you can follow us
On
at
Instagram,
yeah.
at Silver Fox. No, hold on. I think I've got that wrong.
Every
It's
time.
at the Silver Fox Office. Thank you very much. And our email address also, if you want to recommend us any foxes, or if you want to do a cast and just say, get me on the show, I've got a lot to say about this fox.
This person.
You can get us at our email is thesilverfoxoffice@gmail.com.
And Cass, is there anything coming up that you'd like to promo?
Yeah,
Or...
sure. This is probably coming out shortly before my show, Before We Slip Beneath the Sea, which I have written and am directing. It's an immersive theatre show, which, yeah, for those that haven't done immersive theatre before, you are allowed to freely roam around the space, and there's a whole bunch of plot lines carrying out simultaneously, so you can go and explore the story at your own pace and your own choice of what you want to see, which is a really fun format. And we're on from the 12th, 13th and 19th and 20th of October, so just the Saturday, Sunday of those 2 weeks over at the Arrow Valley Community Centre.
And when would we find tickets for that?
If you just have a Google, we're up on Event Finder, or you can go to redscare.co.nz, which is our website, and find them there.
I would just want to say I started to Google before and the first result was Slip Beneath the Sea, and I've just found it
Look at that.
immediately. It's the first result on Google.
There we go. I mean, it could also be if you're on Mike's Wi-Fi.
It could, yeah.
I'm not even. I'm on
You're
5G.
not? Oh.
My phone's listening.
5G, that's quite scary.
My phone's listening and my phone has taste.
You can also listen to Cass's podcast Mixed Bag, which I think is like our sister podcast.
Look,
I mean,
we're supporting of Silver Fox.
Yeah.
We love small, wacky New Zealand-based film podcasts where we talk a lot about how hot everyone is in the film. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great podcast.
Yeah, if you like this podcast, you'll enjoy our Hot Butter segment, where we talk
Yes.
about the hottest person in every film, which we have to do for all films, even if we're reviewing something like Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
And the obvious answer is Spirit.
I think we went with Spirit's mum.
Mum. I think you called the
good
mum.
shout. Good
Yeah.
shout.
Yeah.
Even overlooked.
Yeah.
Right. So we basically just stole a tiny segment of your podcast,
But
expanded,
it's expanded to a
expanded and made it older.
yeah.
And
Expanded and matured.
arguably weirder.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about Steve Buscemi?
I'm a fan. I
Right.
probably am not a fan to the extent that Elsie is.
I don't think anyone is.
But I am a fan. I think he's great. I'm always happy to see him when he pops up in a film.
Oh, I actually had a question, and I think this is something I want to ask every guest that we have.
Yes.
What would you say, off the top of your head, with no preparation,
Okay.
what would you say is the sexiest film in cinema? Like the sexiest moment, maybe.
Oh,
the sexiest
The
scene.
sexiest scene in cinema, I will say, is the scene in Take This Waltz, which is a romance film with Michelle Williams and I can never remember what his name is. Luke Evans, I think, is
Okay.
the
Yeah, I think you might be right.
she's in like a sort of kind of a withered away marriage to Seth Rogen, who is also a cutie. Like, I like him.
Seth Rogen's
um,
quite cute, actually.
And they're sort of like still like each other, but it's just they're not really feeling it anymore. And then she meets this hot neighbor, and she's like clearly attracted to him. And they have this one scene before she's sort of decided if she's gonna pursue that or anything, like where he takes her out for a drink. And he just sort of describes in erotic detail like all the things that he'd like to do to her. Which is
Oh.
like, honestly, like it is like cold shower material. It is such a good
Yeah.
scene. But yeah, I would say that's probably for me one of the sexiest film scenes in cinema.
I think we should ask that of every guest that we
I
have.
think that's a very good question because
Yes.
that immediately reminds me of the scene in Atonement where Robbie is writing the letter to Celia and then decides against it and then
And then
obviously
accidentally chaos ensues. But also the sex scene with the green dress in the library.
that's oh my god. But my favorite part is in the book, the letter that he writes to Celia. There's like a whole chapter just about it.
Oh, I've never read the book. It's
I've never
Ian
read the
McEwan,
book.
right?
It is Ian McEwan.
When I was at uni, there was one course in like first year English lit that was just you read and studied the Book Atonement. Like you did that for the
I
whole
would've been there.
semester, and I did not take the Atonement course.
I would have 100% been there.
I think the other English lecturers had mixed feelings about the
Atonement course. I mean,
Yeah, like
we
I like Ian McEwan, all right. I think he's he's kind of got old white man wankery sometimes, but
Yeah.
but he is a good writer.
Right, who doesn't, really? Right, well,
I think
I think that's us. Let's call it.
let's call it Steve Buscemi. If you're listening, still love you.
We still love you, Steve.
One man.
Cass admires you as an actor.
Good job, Steve.
see
Keep
you-
up the good work.
We'll see you next episode, Steve.
And everyone else.
And everyone else, yeah, of course.
Yeah, great.
Right. Well,
Well, thanks for being here, Cass.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for having me.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Have a good one.
Bye.